time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. myself by looking in your eyes. Knew what I was walking straight into. I couldn't pull away. I gave you everything. I didn't have the strength, but I knew in the end my heart it would mend, and you'd be the only one crying in the
Oh, right. Let's invite the missus to group. I think I already know how today is going to be. I haven't really been under 300. Well, now I'm under 300 ping, but right up to that point, I hadn't been.
I'm still in queue, won't be too long though.
So, funny enough, how this map's played out the same way all week, but right now. You know what the difference is? We have a scroll in that keep. I mean, if you want proof that it puts targets on your back, I mean, anyone with a brain can understand that, besides EP Zone, I guess. Every day at night this week, AD has gated DC. Obviously, there's a lot of other factors in it. It could be other things, but... I mean, getting scrolls are fine if you can hold pop. But EP can't hold pop going into this time of the hours. We just don't have the numbers to defend.
Can you hear me?
I can now. Yep. I did hear you before too, I think.
I just said something because I thought something's wrong.
No, you're good. Mrs. Computer's fixed, I think. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Just say, should we go up and defend, but... Okay, so Neon. Alright, between last night and now, EP has gained 1,000 points. Keep going, it's all good. But... holy shit, where's DC been? Holy crap. I mean... still, what, 3.6 thousand in 5 days. But if DC is going to continue to not show up like that, I guess, maybe. I mean, there's no way in hell we're catching fucking AD. Does second even mean anything? Really doesn't, does it?
I don't think so.
Won't hang around here until you,
Heck yeah! I love beating up home.
an epic. What cringe build you're making for EMAN? Well, I was gonna do, like, a no speed build, but he doesn't have Iron Blood and doesn't have Sea Serpents. So...
wow.
I need to come up with a new idea.
That's crazy.
I have a feeling he's putting me in a health recovery build.
This is
So we can't do that.
Since he likes vampire so much, you should do what Jake is gonna do to me and force him into a vampire. What is that one set that makes everything about you worse and only benefits your vampire skills? But then Jake's gonna try and make my build practical, where you just make his pure suffering.
Oh yeah, I'm just going for pure suffering. Like, that's why I know E-Man would fucking hate no movement speed.
So his Vampire Lord, I think it's called, and it just amplifies all your vampire abilities, but makes sure it's a billion times worse.
But is he even gonna have that set?
You can buy it overlay.
Okay. I mean, I can still make him slow. Like, run that CP, no movement speed. Suppose we could stop him from sprinting if he's got fucking snow treaders, but he probably doesn't.
You think he's got snow treaders if you don't have sea serpents?
Yeah.
Yeah. Books.
Aye.
No, I don't need no books.
When is this happening?
Don't know. Soon.
Could be this weekend, could be next weekend.
gonna absolutely hate going. I know. Like, that's why I wish he had Iron Blood or Sea Serpents.
I mean, you can help him farm body pieces and force him to wear it.
I mean, he could get a set of it, yeah, like probably in like half an hour.
Less than that.
Yeah.
Where's it?
If he's gonna put me in health recovery build, I probably have all the sets from when it was actually a viable option. Shit. Why am
Yes.
yeah.
Thievery.
Yeah,
I love thievery.
what's E-Man gonna wear? We've got to work it out. We've got to work it out. We'll see if he can grind. Can grind Iron Blood. Put him in Iron Blood that blocks CP that slows you by another. What's that, like 12% or something? Can't even remember where it is. It's somewhere. Is it even in the blue one? Is it in the red one?
That's good.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, movement speed by 16%. So 20% block mitigation for 16%.
You know,
I mean, with that CP, no major or minor expedition, he's gonna be slow. Like, not as slow as I wanted him to be, but... What class are we gonna get him to play? What class does E-Man hate the most?
he loves Necromancer, surprisingly, but you should still make him suffer.
Well, it's definitely can't be Sork, because that's what he wants.
Already been there. Been to the field, been to lay wind. We'll go Anvil. Sorry, I haven't even played Oblivion yet. I'm just fully focused on trying to break the game as much as possible. So yeah, I haven't even actually played the game. I'm just breaking it.
I haven't brought it yet. Well, I haven't had the money to buy it. Poor this week.
Poor this week, just this week. Oh shoot.
$400 fucking dollars for a passport in Australia. Times 2. $800 fucking dollars for a fucking
Oh
passport.
shoot! Here we go. This is what I needed. Give me that. Oh yeah.
At least they last 10 years now, I guess, is upside of it all. He should have a lot of TV anyway. I suppose you could probably buy it. I reckon we put him in Vanguards. Vanguards and Iron Blood if he'll farm it.
Yeah, he's definitely got Vanguards.
I mean, that's a TV set and you can buy it with gold, so...
Are there any like other horrible PvP sets that no one uses?
I don't think it, by much, Pride, I don't think there's that much of a difference. How much was your passport, honey?
$412.
Yeah, so it was no cheaper, and that was just a renewal. But maybe because yours had expired for 2 years, maybe, though.
No, it was under the 2 years. It only expired last year.
Okay.
The end of last year.
Yeah, so... No cheaper. Well, Australia has the most expensive passport in the world. Yeah, so... Most places are around, like, $100 to $200.
Let's see what we got here. Bruh.
Yeah, well, the missus password only, what, couple weeks to get
A
here?
little over 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, this week's been fucking shit. We had our driving tests all booked yesterday, and couldn't go because the person that was taking us cancelled last minute. So that was nearly $300 down the drain.
Let's see.
I would still like to question that at some point, though, because yours was within 2 days, technically.
I mean, they were both done at the same time.
Yeah, but mine was early in the morning, yours was mid-afternoon, and you did it at about 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, okay.
So, like, I would have
I thought it was in
expected...
the afternoon,
No, it was, like... No, it was, like...
after we got back with Kim.
Nah, it was mid-morning. Pretty sure.
Anyway, where are we going?
Well, I was cutting this place just to see if anything shows up, but... Nothing
How is
seems
it
to be
tonight?
showing
Is it
up.
boring?
Don't know yet, dude. I haven't
Fuck.
really got into a fight.
How long you been playing?
Alright, someone needs to go ask E-Man to quickly give them a tier list, and whichever one he puts at the bottom.
He puts Necro at the bottom.
But he likes playing Necro.
Which is weird. It's not weird, actually. It's pretty fun. I like the challenge.
Well.
Well. I mean, I might get on and play a bit, but Oblivion is
Yeah, I never kept my gun license from when I was a kid, so I never had to really go through any of that shit.
You have to have a license to have a gun in Australia.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh wait, I live in America. That's right. I didn't know they even let you have a license, though. Some places you're not even allowed to get a license. Just no guns, period.
Back up.
Oh, shoot. This is so different from ESO. There's a troll in front of me, and I'm gonna avoid a fight with it completely because it will kill me. Unlike ESO. I can't fight it yet. I ain't strong enough.
Man, that dude was just so committed to J-beaming that dude at full health that he just died. Oh, yeah. 10 out of 10 DB.
Something's wrong, I feel it circling like vultures round my brain. Couldn't see the danger in your eyes. Draw me in, got me spinning now like water to a drain. You were
Heck yeah, that's where we need to be.
Yeah, no, in Australia, you gotta... I mean, you've got to have a reason to have a gun, too. You can't just own a gun for the sake of owning a gun.
I mean, obviously you own a gun, but you don't use it to just kill people. I find target practice incredibly fun.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can still get gun licenses in Australia for, like, that kind of shit.
You have to register, I think, with a club and
Yeah, yeah.
participate there. Last time I looked into it.
I don't think I've landed a single DB today. House is starting to concern me. It looks like they're heading to mine. Holy shit. We just killed someone in PvP and they said good fight. What the fuck is that?
What? Are you playing the right game?
No idea what I went.
I really just like.
Found the luckiest man alive on the ESO Facebook page the other day.
How?
He's never experienced lag or a single bug in ESO and he's played since launch.
Man.
And you might
He's like
think
video
that,
about
okay,
that.
you might think
Hey,
that like
we're getting a glimpse into a parallel universe.
you might think that okay, an average player might not experience many bugs, but no, this game back in the day was fucked in BBE.
Farm.
Man.
I think the other dude seen his friend died and just dipped.
Same. Wait a minute.
No, I will not wait a minute.
I'm not talking to you, boy.
Fuck, come over there and kick your ass, son.
Can't. I'd like to see you try, old man. Getting over here with your walking cane. You ain't gonna catch another.
They just capped farm, so they'll probably be at mine.
About to break the game. Oh, yeah.
Well,
Magic.
is that town flipping red?
Absorb skill.
Maybe.
Oh. Wait a minute.
They're on the mine.
No.
Coming. How many?
2.
Oh shit. I've been running around with no food this whole time. How have I not fucking died?
Wow. Casual flex.
Thought my mag sustain was a bit shit before.
Let's get it, boys.
Corrosive on the DK. Corrosive's down.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the
Gods.
The winds blew hard, her bow
Just pull off the resource.
bully boys blow. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum.
Still want to fight you guys. Just don't want to fight you guys in the gods.
She'd not been 2 weeks from shore.
You don't have enough magic for that.
The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take
Jump,
our
jump,
leave and
jump,
go.
jump, jump, jump.
Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down low.
EP zone.
Oh no, I was stunned. He was gonna eat that frag and die.
He was gonna eat it.
He was gonna munch it down like a legend.
Captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner combo.
that ship in tow. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum.
Gave myself a haircut this morning.
Wow. So proud of you.
Or even more, the line went slack.
It's like $70 to get my beard and haircut if I go somewhere.
Still that whale did go. Soon may the wellermen come.
Yeah, no, I'll cut my own. Thanks.
When the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on. The line's not cut and the whale's not gone. The wellerman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew, and all. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our
Nope, nope, nope.
Soon may the wellermen come to bring
I've been cutting my own hair for probably 6, 7 years now.
Trick shotted kid, come on. Freak.
For a month or two. I don't know. I've never really overly been too fussed about like bad haircuts, but I've probably had some over the years.
Did I bring my staff? I did.
Knock, knock, motherfuckers. Anyone
Hey,
home?
hold up. How much?
Oh, so you don't need to buy the premium edition of Oblivion to get the DLCs either.
I know. You just need to buy the base one. Wonder when they're gonna release brand new horse armor, but for $20.
Well, good old EP just pushed and died, mostly. Epic, you're a bot.
Thank you. What the frick? Huh? What the frick? What the frick is this? Who the frickin' bacon is that? What the frick? Something's mad at me. What is it? What's a rat? Oh. Bridget.
Got a bit on. Can he live? Can he live? Nope. Nope.
Gosh.
Motherfuckers!
Same. I don't have any other way to heal myself. Shoot. Did not come prepared. Where is he? Pop. Pop.
His fucks have been getting tips off Rich.
Oh no. Oh, I don't want to kill him yet. Hold up. Oh, he's dead! Want me to kill it? Go that fella. How do I shortcut this thing? Right, one minute.
There is quite a few AD going in that side door there. We might have missed our opportunity here. Depending on how many that was.
What the freak?
Motherfucker.
Like, look at that. Not one bit.
18k VD.
What?
Trying to think what skills we could give him. I mean, we need to work out class.
Oh! Stop.
Never put much thought into what could be the worst build before. Spent a lot of time working out the good ones. What was that, honey?
I crashed.
Oh, really?
Whole computer.
Ah, fuck. Alright, I'll chuck some more new RAM and some fucking new power supply in it. Well, not new, but different.
Come here, boy.
It's really weird that it didn't do it all day yesterday.
Leading us into a false sense of security.
Yep.
Come here, boy.
I can give you a terrible build. Most of my characters are terrible.
Wait a minute. What is it? What? Huh? Oh, I think it's garbage.
Remind me why the fuck I'm in here.
worth going down there.
Can you wait 2 seconds, please? No, 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 no.
Heck yeah.
I feel like we might be about to get double teamed and gated. At least my FPS isn't shit now. There's that. GG.
What the frickin' bickum is that? What? Oh, shoot, not again. Pop. Pop. Melody.
It's probably a very bad idea. Riding head on to a scroll.
Controller plugged in. Why are you acting like this?
Oh my god, they're all turning back. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? They must be all grouped, I'd say. It's only about 12 or 15 with a scroll, but seem to be at least of semi-organized.
Adventure. Ain't no way, bro.
I mean, it was always going to happen. Yeah, it was always going to happen. Oh my god. I'm gonna invis out.
Is he on Nightblade tonight?
Just invis pots.
Oh. So I'm not the only one that uses those.
Don't use it very often. Probably should use it more, but hey. There's no point fighting with that. I'm just not gonna waste my time.
Frick. Where'd he go? Bad. Bad again.
Oh, is that Lom, is it?
I didn't see. I recognize the names.
Someone just said Lom at Ares Farm, so...
I know I read that.
Oh shit, Neon actually went to King Crest. Holy shit. Miracles do happen.
Can't swim. You can't swim. You can't swim. He can swim. He can swim. Oh shoot.
Where we going, honey? No? Nowhere?
I don't know. Back south?
Sure. So yeah, I know what the most terrible skills to fight against is. Just never really thought about the most worst skills to use.
Oh,
Do you
just
reckon?
put him on everything. What is it? The support PvP skill line. Just force all those onto his bar. Can find a use for it. And give him like one offensive ability. So, yeah.
Nah, I'll just give him like 5 different CCs.
Wow.
The shot cable special. Well, if we're giving Vanguards, we're gonna need taunts. So make sure the only damage you can do is from taunts. Then he'll have no choice but to taunt. Oh man, if that overload had hit them, it would have been over.
Oh yeah, here we go. Might log on in a second.
Oh, lots of AD coming your way.
I'm ready to exploit and break Oblivion like it ain't never been broke before. So I'm all set up now. Still, I'm not playing the game though. I'm just breaking it.
That is absolute fucking bullshit, man.
These shoes give me daggum water breathing. How does that even work?
Fuck, I hate this game sometimes.
Wow, same.
Oh, if I CC broke in any kind of timely manner there, I would have been fine. Why do you want this playlist, Ro?
I'm an MLG gamer. Tobacco.
There's 39 songs on it. 39. Is that acceptable? Yeah, but it won't be copyright free, will it?
Tobacco.
I can't. 1v1 there. It's not gonna stay a 1v. Yeah, it's not.
I invised out.
Same.
They're coming back. Maybe not.
Let's just get resource buff.
Now they are.
Onion. Slime green. Bring them out real quick.
Negate.
Put a camp down. 2 secs. I need to buy some more too.
Alchemy.
I'm out of range.
Really? Holy shit! Must
I'll
only
just res.
only must be just out.
No, 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 no. There we go.
Is that like 5-man group just hanging around this resource? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, there we go.
Well, we're clearly probably not going to get a fight here, are we, with all that going on?
Yeah, probably not.
Guess we'll grab buff and ride back up there.
Got one.
Bruh. Nah.
Someone else just showed up again.
Yes. Oh shoot.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Same. Yeah.
Let him res. Where's your friend, dude? Oh my god, I'm not doing this with you anymore. Let's go take the other resource. Grab buff. Same as I've been running for a while now, just wrenched, crafty front bar. Fight might end up here in a second anyway, if AD does defend there. EP defends. Not very high. 3-2 at the moment. But I probably have Rallying Cry on at the moment. Proc from the misses.
Heck yeah.
Check the well real quick. Yeah, I think I'm like 1600 or something without Rallying Cry. 1700 or something like that. I can definitely notice it when I'm in fights by myself, not having it. Yeah, well, I got Major Vitality. So that's probably helping a fair bit with shields. Still can't decide what class we're going to make EMAN play.
Don't you have like a wheel that you can spin?
I mean, I could do that. Quick. Someone in... Oh, E-Man's not streaming, is he?
Quick, quick. Yeah,
Fucking prick's not either. I was gonna say, go. Someone go ask him. If I ask him, he's just gonna tell me Sork.
Mm-hmm.
I hate Sork.
Yep, that sounds like how it'll go.
I
Well,
think this is over.
yeah, we got here just in time for it to be over. Well, well, well. Oh shit, this map's felt dead considering it's still pub locked. It's best again.
No, it just. Oh no, it did.
Yep. 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 Did DC throw the scroll? Oh, DC did throw the...
Yeah. They just wanted to farm with it. They did that. Unburst.
Well, quick, type G in zone, we can join Neon's group. Seems like Zerglord did pick them well.
Making me boot up this game. What the frick? How dare you?
Oh shit, EP's wiped here by the looks of it.
They just put a camp up, so give it a sec.
I guess I feel okay. This is what I've always known. A devil in the bay. A holy man when I get home. I'm halfway.
Nothing to see here. I didn't do anything. Nothing at all.
And you don't know what you want. Why don't we take off? Leaving our past behind. We can have a great life. Living outside those lines. I'm feeling like we're on the run. I
perk off. Grotwood. Not JTK. Cyrodiil. Interesting. Interesting.
Your face is interesting. When are you gonna do a face reveal?
Probably never. Why would I ever need to do a face reveal?
I don't know. So I can see what.
Okay, what do you think I look like? Answer me this.
I actually don't know. I've never thought about it.
Yeah. Because I have a character to take that spot. So you don't need to.
I reckon you're a little bit under average height.
And
Medium build.
define medium build.
Not skinny, not fat.
Yeah, fair. Go on. What else?
There again, you're hyperactive as shit. You're probably skinny as shit too.
No.
I don't know.
What if I told you I had a beard?
I mean, lots of people have beards. Don't mean they're good beards. So,
Well, I got a pretty nice one.
nice.
Shame you'll never get to see it. I don't know if my thoughts one day randomly change. Y'all will figure out what I look like. I just don't want to show my face for
We'll just
security reasons.
hack
Plus,
Epic's.
I don't, like, why would I do that when I've spent this much time building a character for my channel? That would just completely ruin it.
Not if you look like your character.
Not quite. We have, like, the same body build, but the face, he's a cat.
Yeah, but you could be a cat too.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Oh man, how cursed was that one fucking we're using that like the animated program, like VTuber program thingy bobby. And there was one of them that was this like Christmas present, but it had a little child inside it. So if you open your mouth, the top of the thing opened and there's this little boy inside it.
What the freak? Just because you can make something doesn't mean you should.
It was so cursed, man. It was. I think there's a clip at it too, somewhere. Kind of want to find that clip now. Where is this clip?
Hey, invite me. Grease.
2 seconds. Oh no, I don't know where it is. Sad times.
Sad. Sad times. Sadness of sad. Sadness of sad. So much sadness.
What is my most viewed clip? I mean, actually, that's a stupid question. I know what my most viewed clip is.
What am I missing? Oh, of course, of course.
Let's invite.
Might want pass crown. Probably play with Gankenstein too. The legend himself.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pee real quick.
Grills. 20-minute queue. Yes. Yes.
Alright, what's actually going on here?
We got it. Or getting it.
We'll move to my Discord so we can chat with Gankenstein. Or
Yeah, I can do.
okay.
Ball group, ball group, ball group. Get the fuck out of there,
I'll
ball
meet you
group,
there.
ball group, ball group.
I'll meet you there.
You heard that, yeah, honey?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm going.
Got his own
Okay,
Discord.
okay. Yeah, never. Never
Where
been
am I at
in
in
it.
queue?
I don't think.
18 in queue.
Are you guys in Greyhost?
I believe they are.
Are they?
I don't know what happened to them. They came over here and they ain't talking.
Fuck you!
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah. I'm in Greyhost.
They're probably occupied trying to fight a Zerg and stuff.
Oh yeah, I see where they're at.
Oh, I
thought
should
they're
play
trying to-
Magsorg tonight before it becomes irrelevant. Yeah. Let me do that.
Hey, at least they got a little buff again in the last patch notes.
Nah. Got Mighty Chewed in and I haven't even used it. Like, bruh. Alright, I'm gonna be good at the game tonight. I don't like playing Magsorg because sustain is bad. Even with Reggie. Sustain is just bad.
It's okay.
But, I mean, I have infinite hardened wards, and I am officially very good at the game. No one is better at this game than me now. Stage 4 hardened
We
ward.
got bad guys. Bad guys inside the BRK.
Yeah, there's a DC ball group in there.
Come to
Oh.
reach, maybe.
Yeah. Just gonna get out of there.
What's the difference in ward if I put this on the front for management purposes?
Don't know what that dude's plan was there. straight from the 1v1 into another EP group.
He might have been looking in his rearview mirror the whole time. So when does some subclassing come out? June?
June 4th.
Another month, I think. A month and a bit.
Alright.
Why, is that the time you plan on not playing ESO?
No, I'm gonna try it, but I just don't, it's worrisome.
My issue, like, honestly, it's whatever with subclassing at this point. Like, they're not gonna walk it back. They spent too much time playing around with the system, and they definitely didn't play around with it, but, promoting it. I have a problem with the animations that we're gonna get next update. My character looks like he has brain damage. I'll see if they fix it. With the
Isn't that just accurate, though?
New forum post.
Like, isn't that accurate?
He's been playing ESO for so long, he just started to get brain damage.
I mean, anyone that's been playing ESO since launch has brain damage, let's be honest.
Yeah, well, listen.
Oh, somewhat to a degree, yeah. And keep buying crowns.
And if you didn't have brain damage at the start, you definitely fucking do now.
But it's like a good brain damage, It's like
Good brain damage.
it's like not that bad.
Yeah, there is good brain damage. That's right.
Oh man, they flipped it. Damn ball group.
Yeah, EP's about to get gated.
I'm using Defiler just because I want vomit to be sprayed everywhere. It's hilarious. People actually die.
I'm gonna go back up to BRK, I think.
Why did I freaking bot?
I'll have
AI
it there
program
with you.
moment. Why is it got a lingering torment? What is this freaking build? My scribing ability was all out of whack.
Did they take that scroll before that keep flipped? Does anyone know?
I don't know.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
If it did flip before they took it, it's gonna respawn at Alicia if they drop it again like last time.
Let's see, what queue position? 8.
It's all of the
know.
well.
Oh my guy's just standing there, hit the A button, but didn't do nothing.
I mean, Manx Stork is alright, but I both
Oh shit, hello. Hello. Oh shit.
It's a lot. I shot him. I didn't do nothing though.
My ward's bigger than yours.
Oh, well.
It's very nice of that person to not dodge roll or block any of my damage. It's very nice of them.
He's probably like smashing his controller, like trying to get it to work, but the game, dude. Earlier I had to like reset UI because I couldn't block or use light or heavy attacks.
Yep, that's a thing.
I love how the
it's
bugs
like,
in this game are all impairing of functionality versus something like, Oblivion or, Skyrim. The bugs are actually just funny. In ESO, they're just annoying and
That's what
not
scares me
good.
too,
Why
I
can't we
played
have funny bugs? Why do they all gotta be so cringe? Like actually just not good for the game.
I was playing Oblivion and I was in the arena and I would just use a spell to put somebody to sleep and then kill them. I'm just picturing like, what kind of like, who would want to watch that in a gladiator arena? Like, why would you like, yay? You know, they're all cheering.
Just
and stuff. I'm
sleeps
like,
the fella and just starts
yeah.
stabbing him.
It's like, ugh. Oh, is this a ball group? A blue ball? I don't know what this is. I see a lot of rapid regens.
It's a ball group.
Yeah, screw that. I think that was like the one nerf that made me the most angry. I didn't even use Azure Bite, however you say it. But how quick they are to nerf things that hurt ball groups. I guess they're PvE too. I guess it was ridiculous.
I don't know why I still play this game.
Cause it's fun still.
Despite the fact that they keep like just failing every single update to get it right, even getting a right. We really shouldn't be thinking about, oh, they need to take steps in the right direction. They just need to be in the right direction at all times, not steps to get better.
Yeah.
I guess stuff takes time, but holy frick, this latest PTS cycle, yeah, they definitely got an indie team could do better.
Where are you at in queue now?
Bro, they are an indie team. What are you on about?
3.
I think that's what's left. Yeah, it's basically an indie team. You know, like
They either got all the new hires that aren't doing this with passion in mind, at least from the gameplay perspective, or literally no other option. If you want to think about it logically, because
blue ball group's coming up to the to Sejanus. Just heads up if you're up here fighting.
the only passion that there really seems to be for this game is the art team.
Yeah.
The art team is pretty good on what they're doing.
Bro, subclassing is passion, man. That is passion for it's passion for the game, okay? Like they don't want to change things and add new things into the game.
Out of the ground.
No. They don't want to change the game, bro. They want to keep all the same skills in the game, so they just let everyone use them all. It's a great idea. Quite a lot of.
They did subclassing because of Oblivion's release, and they only knew about it, or since they knew about it. And...
I don't know, dude. I stopped trying to rationalize Zos's choices and actions. Or...
I think it is. I think that's the reason we're getting subclassing now. Trying to appeal to that audience that apparently there's going to be for the Oblivion remaster. But I mean, this game failed pretty hard at launch, so the folks are still going to be pretty upset by that. And that'll be the taste they have forever, and there ain't no fixing that. Especially for those that want a PvP. You come back to the game, it's like, oh, PvP still isn't fixed.
Yeah, it's gonna be. That's what I'm wondering, man. How are they gonna balance that? It's like
They're not.
They're not.
Crazy.
They're not. They've basically given up. We'll see what happens in week 3, but from the looks of it, it's like... Of course, yeah. But we're not the target audience. Understand, we're not the target audience. The target audience is the player that picks up the game, runs through a few quests, and puts the game down forever.
Yep.
Like, they value that 0 point... Like, they value the people that don't actually play their game.
Wish they'd go back to the... You know, when the game first came out, they had the 3 factions fighting each other all the time in the videos. Seemed like a lot more PvP focused.
Just some random woman just came up to me and started dancing, and I'm very uncomfortable with it. I want to go to the bathroom.
In real life? Or...
No!
Oh.
In the game. I'll be right back.
Oh, this blue guy got messed up. Oh, all those blue guys got messed up. What'd I miss? My vomit. shield, shield, shield.
Alright, is EP gonna get any siege up, or we're just gonna sit here?
Fight endlessly.
Good playback.
Oh no, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it for a little bit, and then we'll go Sark. Yes, I don't have D-Tech slotted. Oh. I'm a mag short.
That's what they sound like too.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's about accurate.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a mag short. Let me activate my hardened ward.
And then like gankers from the shadows are just like, you know, like. That's what they sound like.
Yep. Pretty accurate.
As they're running away.
I wonder how JTK feels being in a call with us.
What?
That's about right.
That's how I deal with it.
Me, I have hardened ward. Look at me. I have hardened ward.
Okay, we get it. We get it.
I use my ward.
I'm waiting to get ganked by a dude.
So I can start doing that voicing.
It's so dangerous.
Sounds like Royal talking to a woman.
What?
Who? Royal?
Yeah.
Oh, who's that?
Fred.
Ah.
Give me magic. Give me magic. Eh. Look at my hardened ward. Look at him. Look how big my ward is. My ward is so big.
Oh yeah. See it.
How big is your ward?
My
I'm gonna
ward's
get
the
that add-on
biggest
to show me
ward.
like players in my group, like on screen instead of just the compass.
Is that 14k? Did I see on your hardened ward?
Ooh, it's flagged. A blue guy by himself.
I know. Can't catch him.
He's
Are you ready?
gonna fall
You
off.
ready to see my hardened ward? It's bigger than yours. Get wrecked.
No. Yours will never be bigger than mine.
Trey, I'm not stage 4 either.
I am stage 4. Why isn't it working then?
some
Did
kind
you
of
get him? What is he doing?
yeah, some kind of arcanist.
Zarg him!
He shot me with some kind of
Let me show you how big my ward is. Ooh.
Where is he? Why is he running? Did you lose him? Why is he line of sighting a tree?
It's the vomit. He can't handle the vomit.
What's this greaseball doing, bro? He's a tank, I'm pretty sure. I'm so confused by this. So confused.
That's what he gets.
Yeah, that's right.
He's got a long way to run too. Unless he's got a camp. Like 20 yellows probably got by when we chased that guy.
Yeah, it's okay. He was worth it.
Yeah.
He's probably
Probably
mad.
would have told
Make
me.
him rethink his build. Like, why don't I just play Magsorg instead? We've converted another person.
That's gonna be the weird part. Is everybody's gonna have streak? I think.
Well, it's gonna be
Not
weird
first.
to see. It's gonna be interesting to
It's
see
spec
how people change and try and adapt with this subclassing. I'm sure a bunch of people already have their builds and whatnot figured out.
I think.
But yeah,
people are gonna
there'll
put,
be like
all
a
offensive things on their bar from like all the best offensive things, and then they're not gonna realize like, oh shit, like. I'm not gonna like. I don't know, man. It's gonna be. Weird.
I think people are just gonna get tankier and harder to kill
Oh,
with subclassing.
I hope not.
Well, people can be tankier, but your damage is going to go up. It's just going to depend on how it all comes out in the wash.
You didn't die to fall damage, I'm bad. Oh, there you go. Blast modes.
Killed. Try to die from the fish.
I'm gonna gank someone on my mag sword. I can use Hardened Ward while I'm in stealth. No, I can't. Never mind. Hardened Ward pulls me out of stealth. That's crazy.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Yeah, I should be able to use it in stealth.
Don't
Little
lie.
did he know, I'm actually a mag sork. I'm not a ganker.
I'm coming.
Okay, I'm good at the game.
Save you.
Can't streak him.
I'm coming. I'll just be there sometime next week.
Ha.
Started lagging a lot when I pulled up on him.
Yeah, my ping's at like. I don't even want to say it because JTK is gonna be like. I'll be like, my ping's at 130. That's high for me. I don't know. Usually when you see it go like high like that for us, you know, it's like. It means it's gonna be laggy. Like.
Yeah, I'm over 300 pretty much today. Is that dude gonna die to my other C frag? V-curse? Is he? Is he? Is he? He is.
I'm on Magsorg. Look at how big
That was one action-packed fucking kill there.
my ward is. So big.
Bro, your ward's not even as big as mine. Shut up.
You wish.
There's more.
The guy shot me with something. I don't even know what it was.
Oh.
Bro,
Hey, blast bones.
Fine,
Guys
we'll
are trying to
just kill
cast the, and he's like, he's still alive. I thought it would have been used by now.
oh wow. What a ferocious leap. Total of 4k damage. On a crit.
Get him, scavenger.
Someone's trying to get
This
away
guy's
from
trying to
us.
escape.
He's trying to escape. Sorry, my ward's so big.
Man was built to dodge. Talking like this for the rest of my life now.
Can
Yeah,
you not?
just
As long as
can't help
I
it.
play Magsorg, I gotta talk like that.
Should do that. If I stream again, I should always talk like that. Like,
All right, guys, we're gonna have to go over here.
so people think that's my voice.
I'm gonna take the lumber mill.
Ooh, that guy got to the bridge. I was working on a video for this with the defiler, and I have like a vomit sound effect every time they puke on people.
Yes, as you
Even if
should.
it misses, it's still funny. Because it's so easy to like get out of the way.
I think Gankenstein needs to play Mag Sword as well.
No, I
Just
can't.
all play it.
I don't. Oh yeah, I do have a sword.
This is all play sword.
I gotta level up the other classes though, I think. I don't have a warden on PC.
What do you plan on using?
Well, I think I'm definitely gonna use Necro and Nightblade. It's probably gonna be weak, and I'm gonna struggle.
It's okay.
I
There
don't
will be
wanna
some
use
people that
Spectrum.
have
I don't
absolutely
wanna
no
use
idea
Spectrum.
what's going on
I think
when
you're
the
right.
update comes out, so you'll still have some folks you can kill.
I think there's gonna be people that are gonna be like, I'm gonna use Streak, and they never used it before, so they don't really know how to use it, like, you know, for real, you know? I'm good. Thanks, bro.
JTK's all alone.
Oh, he's Xing, guys. We gotta save him.
No.
We gotta ruin his Xing.
Apparently his ward is really big, so he'll be fine.
Oh. I just realized, like, most of my builds are like are more like RP builds.
Wow.
Like, this is like a scavenger build. Like, most of the stuff I pick it because I think it looks cool. So I guess that's kind of like RP. Makes me feel good when I kill somebody, though.
Can you guys give me a hand?
No, you have the biggest ward. What happened to the biggest ward?
Well, I also... Oh, no, it's all good. Never mind.
Damn it. Here they are.
Me and my hardened ward are going this way. My hardened ward has just become like completely intelligent. Like it's sentient now. My ward is so big that it's sentient.
And that's not the...
You see these guys? 43.
Has to be a new account.
No, because I've seen him before. I swear it was him before on his main account.
Oh, he is on his main account.
Yeah.
Is that?
Is that not him there with Lady then?
Oh no, a tryhard Nightblade. Whatever will I do? Oh.
All of your skills.
Let me just mash the same button over and over and over again. Gotta deal with these guards. These guards are repeat.
What's up, Frankie?
My wards are just too big for you to comprehend.
Since when do the guards get damage shields? This is new.
It's been a thing for a while now.
No, I mean all the guards are getting them now.
Yeah, no, it's been a thing for a while
Should
now.
take this thing.
The fuck is a Ren Fair?
Renaissance Fair?
Yes.
Shit's cool.
Ugh.
There's like a bit of it here a while ago, like knights fighting and shit.
Oh no.
We'll actually have
One 1v1ing in real life. I'm so excited for this controller to get here.
Yeah,
It will make
get
you
a
so
different
much better at the game than you already are.
Not that kind of controller.
one. Oh, for the FPV drone.
Yep, for the drone. I might actually have to
More
buy
resource.
GDA 5 again and play the drone mod in there.
One more resource and they can be resource locked, and then we can go kill them on their way.
We will resource lock them.
Oh my god. Shut up with that voice!
Yeah, we
Fuck!
can resource lock them. Ah. What are they gonna do now? Huh? They gotta get through my resource first.
Well, I'll get through your fucking resource in a second.
You can't. I have a big hardened ward. It's so big.
Big hard and warm.
It's so big and hard.
I'm not gonna do it too because it'd be overwhelming. with the
Yeah, I think we'd short circuit JTK's brain.
PvP gremlin voices or something.
He's already struggling. I can see it. I don't even need to. I can just tell.
It's fine. I'll just smoke more weed and then I won't give a fuck what you say.
That stopped for a while. The game was a lot more entertaining, like smoking.
Wow.
It was.
Wow.
I want to
That's
quit,
crazy.
but I need to get
Yeah, well,
my knee sorted before that happens.
Yes, we have resource locked them. They only have one option.
oh, sorry, that was me for real by accident. Like that's how I really sound.
Same.
I just thinking about them running from Farragle. I mean, we could light it from the back. It's like,
What are we doing?
Our arms. Oh, we're just doing typical ganker stuff. We're just gonna wait for one person to come by, and then we're just gonna bully.
yeah.
Him.
It's just, the thing is, like, they can blood port to it, you know, so it kind of ruins it.
Don't matter.
Yeah, there's always gonna be one guy. You know?
Yeah, there'll be one dude that will just harass on his trip here. And...
So you're just gonna wait in a field for 20 minutes for one guy to come along and
Yeah, basically, he's gonna be really lucky when it
If
happens.
it was flagged, it would be different. I think we get more, but if it's not flagged, it's
if you
He'll be
want
flagging
to
us,
if
right?
you want to do this, let's go to Nickel.
No.
oh yeah.
Just wait
in between
5
Nickel
more
and Row.
seconds.
No, that
The second we
field.
start moving over there, this will get flagged, so it will be worthless. Because look, there's 7 EP siege on this keep, 8 now.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be flagged. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get some fights.
Oh, it's gonna be prime. Yeah, it's gonna be like,
Hey, you need to get off your mount and stealth with us. Come on, you gotta join the Gremlin squad.
If you're not gonna do that, just stand out in the open and be bait.
Can't
I
wait
feel
to
like
fight.
we should use Epic as bait.
No. I don't have the hardest ward, remember? I have a big ward, though.
yeah, the big soft ward.
Whoa.
Squishy, I guess.
No,
Oh, oops, my mic was on.
we're not
I
talking
mean,
about the same ward here.
With that voice, there's no way you're getting a woman to touch a hardened ward, so I guess you don't really have much to worry about.
Yeah, that would be pretty hard to do. I mean, that'd be
It's going to be STD resistant ward.
Oh man, any second now. Any
17
second now. That'd be
siege, and
fine.
it's
there's
not
no way it's
flagged?
got- Yeah, what the heck's going on? Okay,
There you
we
go.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be
it's
right.
time.
We gotta hold them off. Can't let them.
Yep.
I'm waiting for this glorious gank that we're gonna sit here for 20 minutes for.
Oh
Um,
man.
I moved up a bit.
Prepare
so,
your
um,
recording devices if you got any.
yeah, make sure you clip this.
Yeah, you might want to start recording now. Because when when it happens, it's gonna be so quick.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't know what's coming. Whoever this is gonna be.
Find out. You know, it's the first come, first serve kind of thing.
Any second now.
Yep.
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 Any second.
Are we there yet? Actually, I know what. I need to go pee. The second I pee, someone will gank me.
Yep, here we go, There's someone right here. Look at him. Oh,
I'm going to pee, everyone. I'm not at my computer.
Are
He's
you
fighting.
1v1-ing?
gotta get him.
Yeah,
You got him. I got him.
I
Got
shot
ganked.
him.
You got ganked. You got ganked by a back sword.
I like the red haunting curse. There's another one.
Oh shoot! Damn! Get him!
This guy's tanky usually.
If he's so tanky, then why is he running all the way over here? That must have means he
He
died at the other
always
two.
plays something tanky usually. Oh,
Oh no! He activated his spell wall. Whatever will I do? Oh look! Someone else is passing by. That's unfortunate.
get that guy instead.
Epic.
Okay, back to the tank. Back to
Got
the tank.
slid. There's another guy.
Not the poor mount.
Another one.
There's more. Look. Told you this is like the prime spot to be, bro, for ganking. Alright, look. Hey, look, another one. Oh!
They're everywhere. It's so gross. One's
Got
going
another one.
real far. One's going real far to the east.
Oh, we can't have
I'm
that.
gonna get him.
You get it. We'll watch this line of sight right here. My ward's so big.
Oh man, he's gonna make it to the mine.
There's more of them!
I'm
Ooh!
coming
They're
back.
going
You
too.
guys too far.
By himself.
Look! There's another one! He's running! He's running! He's running!
Yeah, that guy's dead.
I'll just wait for him to come back. He's gotta get through us if he wants to get anywhere. Gotta pay the toll. Gotta pay the toll. Or don't pass. Gotta pay the toll.
Toll troll.
You gotta pay the toll. Or don't pass. Oh, there's one. There's one. Spotted one. Spotted one. Spotted one. Yeah, spotted one. Oh, he went into corrosive. But he's still running. Just gonna heavy attack him. Where is he?
Covered in
Your
vomit.
corrosive armor means nothing, sir. I am Hearted Ward.
Bro, you're really gonna line us side in a 1v1.
This is a great 1v1.
Oh, another one!
No, oh, you see that one?
Well, he's got the mythic on that makes him like really good at the game. But don't let him get away.
Can't sprint. Come on, sprint.
Just gonna cast frags at me. We get him, but it's just gonna build up a bit of overload here.
Yeah.
Got another one.
What are y'all doing over there? What are you fighting?
That's Sork that.
Damn it.
I'm just gonna wait here and keep killing people that come this
I
way.
missed that one. He got away.
No.
How could you?
And my sprint, like when it ges laggy, it like sometimes just stops sprinting.
Bop.
Coming back.
I don't even need to use
this-
ward against that sword hardly. Like, fuck me. GG.
Oh no, I've been detected. There's a Nightblade creeping about.
Popping a detect coming up. Oh, that was interesting.
I killed
There's
one
another
that
one. He's right here.
killed
He's
one
right
that
here.
snaked past you guys.
Excellent.
You let one through. What the fuck, guys?
There was like 4 of them coming through at the same time. I only had
Yeah.
to pick one.
Just start blasting, you know.
I know this is where that susceptibility build would be perfect.
No one shall pass.
Gandalf moment. I should put my wizard hat on.
Getting a bit of stutter today. I haven't noticed a stutter in ESO for a very long time.
I used to get that on Xbox a lot when I do weapon swaps. Have to reload UI a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna reload UI.
I haven't seen any. I think they're wising up and they're not coming down this way
Move
anymore.
forward a little bit.
Yeah, we might need to move forward a bit. See if they're trying to sneak past us on the right here.
There's one coming down the middle. 2.
Oh, get him. You said there was another one? Where is he?
Yeah, to the west. Oh, middle again.
Get him. Oh wow, corrosive armor. That's crazy.
Steel bags. I used to fight that. I mean, he was like a kind of like a buddy of mine. Alright, here's one
Oh,
coming down the
no.
right.
Oh no, my fucking... The report DPS doesn't show the correct DPS.
He still won't freaking die.
Oh, I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
die. I have no resources. Oh, here we go.
Bring him down with some vomit.
I'm about to get a hate whisper.
That's the guy that said good fight earlier.
He put up a good fight.
Yeah,
For how much cringe he's having to deal with.
yeah.
He's gonna deal with 2 Magsorks, a Necromancer, and then a third one with JTK.
I gotta be as cringe as possible, as greasy as possible. Hey, check this out. Look at my hardened ward.
Wow.
He whispered me and said I had him, but just had to interrupt.
Is he talking to me?
Oh, we're here, we're here. And he turned around. He saw everybody like glowing and shit.
Should have just stayed invisible a little while longer.
Should play my bow sword. My bow sword could be way more annoying to deal with.
What are you running right now?
It's just Magsork. Cringe, crafty, elfique, and
Wretched makes me good at the game.
On both sides, I get to put on Tarnished Nightmare and Null Arca.
I think they've wisened up.
Yeah.
No, this would be a good time for me to change my build. Ugh.
There's a significant amount of people
We killed a bunch.
awarded. We still haven't taken the castle.
Yeah, I don't know what their plan is, where they're navigating from. I think they're going up around the left or something.
I'm gonna grab buff.
I am now a bowsword. I am now good at the game. Play this for a bit and then go play
I'm actually
Mega
having fun with this
Cringe.
file. It's kind of fun.
Go play with the Mega Cringe. The Mega Cringe.
Man, that fight's going on up there for fucking ever.
I'm gonna tell on Blue Metal, like they still haven't taken it.
And now I got defended. But they just defended this. Daggum. Man, only if we were here to help take it, we could have, could have captured it. Man, we should have been here. Could have, saved the day.
Blue Metal Vikings. So he said he wanted to 1v1, but I'm like, it's like kind of hard because we're like on a mission, like stop bad guys, and there's so many coming through. And it's
Well, the
like,
reason he wants to 1v1 is probably because he's got on a dueling build. So
No, he's just a
Yeah.
chill dude, I think.
perhaps. Yeah. Well, I mean, his build's probably good against whatever.
yeah,
I don't know what he was running. I just know he
I get that excuse
So
from
many
a lot of
bad
people
guys.
all the time, though.
coming through.
So, man, I wanted to 1v1 him, and then I see them pull up with Zons in Cyrodiil.
I had a dude the other day
Yeah, fine.
swap tunes to come duel me. It's like, dude.
You don't even press the buttons. You just stand there. All right, duels are okay. Thanks. See ya. Wow, man, we killed a lot of defenders, and
Well, we gotta go back this way now, I think, cause
yeah. Oh, your mic
I'm not
was
a
stuck
mag
on.
sork anymore. Can't be doing that.
Now you can talk normal.
Yeah, finally. Ooh. Sigh of relief.
Thought that was normal for Epic.
What
You always think so.
what is gonna be your main like class or guy you're gonna play? We're gonna cross.
Oh, he's back.
What's it called? Hey, the farm. They got three bad guys.
Oh, we'll let him 1v1 JK real quick.
Helped, but I didn't I didn't go all out on them. I didn't use toxic, my ultimate and stuff. I just. Ooh, I got blast hit on somebody.
Who the frick is in the tower sieging? Absolutely not, sir. Ugh. Why are you running? Why are you
Oh,
running,
damn.
kid? Get him! Get
It's
him!
an Argonian. You're not gonna be able to beat an Argonian.
You're right. He's just all movement speed.
100% Argonian. Undefeatable.
100% Argonian. We'll take the mine back.
Well,
I mean,
he got his
blast hit,
1v1.
so are you gonna do Stork main and then?
How'd that go? How'd the 1v1 go?
He deleted me.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
And you're on mag sword. Ugh.
Yep.
Ask him why do you have to hit? Why do you have to use so much
That's
damage?
probably why. Because he's on a dueling build.
Wait, is this the right potion? This is the right potion.
Oh, goodness.
There's a lot of them here. Break. Ungungula. Come here, Ungula.
Oh, yep. That's a couple.
Egads.
I know as close as I am now, I'm on my way.
Oh, let's see. He's over there. The 1v1er is over there.
Oh, no!
No!
Oh, he fell anyway. That's so funny, man.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of yellow. Look at
The top.
We need a blast modes over here,
Is that where-
ASAP!
1v extras go.
We need a blast modes over here, ASAP!
Oh my
Where?
god.
This giant group of players.
I'm in the tower. I'm Xing.
I'm gonna put it on YouTube.
Oh shit!
Bro, you gotta get out of that tower. I'm sorry, that tower ain't gonna save you from what's coming.
No, that tower's not going
Yeah,
to
you're right.
save anyone.
I see all EP bail.
Oh no! Oh no, there appear to be a lot of them!
Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat.
I have the wrong skill on.
We'll go through the wastelands, through the
That's what that guy gets.
till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on.
I'll come save you.
That's
I
good,
don't have
Frankie.
My spammable is not scribed
No.
for stamina.
Oh no.
It's still scribed with magic. Which makes my life a billion times harder than it needs to be.
Is that dueling set? that he's
Yeah.
using? I
He
hate
wa-
that
He's
thing,
wanting to
man.
duel.
Looks like ramen noodles.
He's not running a dual DK. I can tell you that now.
Yeah, he is. He has
No.
Firebrand on.
Oh, there you go. That was perfect.
He has Firebrand, Wrath of Elements, and I think Dragon's Appetite. That's definitely a dueling build. You don't run Firebrand in 1vx, it doesn't work.
Well, it didn't feel like it when I fought him, but hey.
That was pretty funny though. You guys both died. There you go. Boom.
Yeah, there we go. We settled it. I need to go fix my scribing skill. That fight would have been over 1,000,000 times sooner if I had it scribed properly. He said, GG, dude. Double KO, lol. You say lol.
Those are pretty funny though.
And like I missed it because the feed just keeps scrolling. That fight reminded me I need to fix my spammable. Alright, no more shock damage, physical damage. Ugh. And then defile. Ugh.
Defile!
Frick was that? Surprise myself sometimes. Okay, now I just have actual brain damage.
There's a werewolf on the.
I'm preparing for update 46, that's all it is.
Yeah, let me do Nightblade and And Necro for sure.
No, what you need to do to prepare for update 46 is have brain damage.
I already did. Did that.
Yeah,
I got
same.
that knocked out.
Off the checklist. Update 46 checklist. How to be
Yeah,
prepared
it's
for
kind
update
of funny. They
46.
just totally forgot werewolves existed in the game when they did that.
They forget everything
how-
exists. Like
How is
PvPers
that gonna
exist.
work for them?
The only people that exist are the new players that come to this game for the first time, and the players that spam parses on dummies.
Or rapid regens.
And that too, yeah, and ball groupers. There's got to be some correlation here, though.
I mean, at the moment, you can smuggle werewolf into human form. Keep all the passives.
Interesting. I need vampire though. I need that.
Stuck to one bar though,
Yeah.
but you can use normal skills and werewolf skills.
Oh shit. we got the,
Power of the light, no.
Oh yeah, everyone's gonna have. Not everyone.
Get smited, idiot. Holy frick. Yeah, the scribing skill just made all the difference there.
Ah, no, not the cold fire. Ooh.
I got.
Not on Max Orc anymore. Shut up.
Oh, my bad.
He's trying to be sneaky though. so
I'm
he's
still
like,
trying to be
he's-
good at the game, though, you know? Like, the Magsorg effect just lingers. You know?
I'll fucking make you linger in a second.
That's gay.
But not in a gay way though.
You to specify that next time.
Or
Yeah. The change to my spammable is huge.
oh, that guy got killed.
So much damage.
Oh, oh.
I
What are these guys up to?
don't know, but each of them's getting a susceptibility.
Half an hour each.
This is not that build, this is different.
Should take this back.
This is my pure burst damage Bosork of pain and suffering and agony and suffering and pain. And infinite pain and suffering and infinite pain.
Infinite suffering and pain.
Okay. Something is wrong with me.
Your mum was making noises like that last night.
You wish.
You wish.
Yeah, she wasn't making those noises. She was making different noises.
I don't know if that makes the whole situation better or worse.
I don't know. I mean, at least it wasn't those noises.
Wow. Look how majestic my Null Arca looks. I ran the set before everyone else. That means I was cool before everyone else. Everyone look at how cool my Null Arca is.
But that is.
And you're more almost as fucking hip as Wheeler teaching people how to interrupt.
What? Yeah, you're right. I'm just like Brian Wheeler. That's freaking gold.
Show those guys.
Hey guys, they learned quickly on how to bash the relic capture. You know,
They must have learnt from me. Yeah,
funny part
yeah.
is, I bet you he didn't even know how to do that. He saw someone do that to him when he went for the relic, and then bashed them back when they were trying to pick
I
up.
mean,
the
he kind of
relic. Oh, I learned it.
he kind of acted like it was like this unknown secret. It's like, no, everyone knows that, dude.
He's got to take the victories where he can, bro. Like, if someone was reviving right in front of him, he probably wouldn't bash. So honestly,
I'd run and get you guys. Like, hey, there's a guy. Reviving.
Apparently Wheeler was on red for Vengeance though. and
Oh,
I'm pretty sure
shit.
me and Ninja grouped with
That's
him at
right.
one point.
We got episode 2 of that podcast that gave us that wonderful story.
All right, yeah. How Rich met his wife.
We got episode 2.
I heard that. I was watching some of that.
Let's go. Forgot all about it.
Sometimes I'll creep in on some of you guys' old streams while I'm at work.
Creeping around in old
Creeping
streams.
in. I remember you guys. Nah, I just remember that part. I was like, oh man, that's.
That's taking
Oh,
that's taking your mom joke to the next level right there. Just actually following through with it.
I'm the nice
Yellow-
with the nice
yellow
intro.
running around.
And these incredible
down there.
guys.
He's
Of course, you know these
pretty
incredible
peaceful,
guys because,
too.
of course, this is episode 2
Gotta
of our
watch out.
podcast. Let's introduce,
Well,
of
he's got
course,
stars
I
next
don't
to
know
his
what he's
name.
Rich Lambert.
Hello, hello.
Oh no,
No,
I'm
I
probably-
think I've-
I'm probably
Used to
going to
fight that
mute
guy
you
on
guys for a
video.
little while
why?
because I'm going to watch this video and it's bad enough me talking over it, let
to
alone.
motivate yourself.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't because I randomly go into mag sword mode.
Oh, no. I just, yeah. All right, I'll be back. I mean, join stream if you want to listen to this shit with me.
I've heard it.
The second one?
Wait, there's another one?
I'll
Yeah,
get on
that's
there,
what
but
I was
think
just
I
saying.
could-
There's a brand new one.
Ah, I fell.
I'll have to. This guy's just gonna run into the tower.
Hello, how are you?
Fantastic.
Good. I love the T-shirt.
I pulled it out of my closet. It's a little old, but
Classic.
I got to
Yeah,
represent.
it's classic.
Great logo.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Great logo, for being honest.
Uh-huh.
Okay, just making sure we're on the same page. I don't trust you, Mike. You're up to something. And of course, he is studio director, ZeniMax Online Studios. It's Matt Fyror. Hello.
Hello, my shirt's cool too.
It is. No, you guys got good.
I mean, honestly, like, how are they going to top the first episode? I don't know. I don't think they can.
You know what I mean? That's the good thing when you talk about this. We need more branding. We just got the wiener dog all the time. You're not even wearing
You
kind of
have a
funny stuff.
tattoo on your arm.
Pretty
Good
dope.
branding.
Pretty dope. Pretty dope.
Nice.
branding, You know what I mean? There it is. No big deal. 10 years of
That's
us.
my leg. It's
10
my
years.
leg too.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
get
yeah.
him up there. Show the games. Get it up.
up there.
Come
Let's
on,
see
this is a
these
laid back
jams.
podcast. Get up there.
Got to stand up.
I know.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
know,
gotta- you
told
gotta
me
show that.
earlier
You gotta
that,
stand
man, when we film things back at home, they don't like me wearing shorts. We
How am
don't
I gonna
care.
do this?
What do you mean?
Put your foot right
Be
up on
limber.
that. Step right up on that.
You do this, you're up there. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
What do we got? Tell us about your leg. What do we got?
It's
Barrett's
the
working
story
on.
of
Barrett's working. Here we go.
this. It's 10 years of stories of
Amazing.
telling the game, and it's full sleeve, and it
I should get a full sleeve of all of ESO's fails over the 10 years.
I don't know that it was a lesson learned, but don't challenge your community to anything you're not willing to do.
Oh, we know that very well.
Dive in. Dive.
Yes, because the tattoo on my ass started out as a joke, and yeah.
Dive in. So I don't know this story.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
So I think it was elsewhere, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about ways to kind of hype up what our global reveal and all that other stuff, and people started throwing things around, and they're like, oh, maybe it was Ryan or Jordan or somebody, one of our brand guys, and they were like, what if somebody got a tattoo? And I'm like, I've always wanted one. Sure, I'll do that, but it's got to be like a ridiculous number, right?
Yeah.
A ridiculous number. We
Yeah,
want
yeah,
over 100. I think it was like 100,000 viewers.
Yeah, it was like simultaneous viewers on the
Concurrent
stream
viewers
or
on the
something.
stream, and we got it before we even started. And so the opening of the thing, of the global reveal was, Rich, I hate to tell you this, you haven't even started yet, but you're getting that tattoo. And I was like, wow, okay, well, let's do this. So,
That's incredible.
yeah.
I love that. That's
and then we
amazing.
kind of documented it. It took,
Yeah, there's a whole video of him getting it, and the artist who's fantastic in
Yeah,
Baltimore,
Lydia.
where we
Yeah.
are. Yeah, so it's a good watch.
I
so,
appreciate that.
Yeah, we filmed it all and did it all, and yeah, it was fun.
Didn't get it on his ass, though, did he?
Things on your calves, on your legs. You know what I mean?
There's a maple leaf on there too.
Watch out. Here it comes.
Stripping, Garfield. Look at that. Yeah. I'm impressed. You are limber.
It's more of the camera angle.
Look at my butt.
It's more the stupidity that I can't angle my legs to the camera. No matter how hard I tried that, I'm like, I'm going further away.
Yep.
Everybody's
That's
seen
right.
it.
Oh, there you go. Holy
Wow.
cow! Look at that. He's found it.
Oh, Barrett's amazing at B-roll. Don't worry
Wow.
about that. God, look at that. You still haven't aged a day.
Yeah.
Just going.
And
how long did this take?
Wow.
It was 30 hours.
Holy.
Oh man, we got
Um,
after it.
We did it over a number of sessions. But Lydia there, when I first met her, she pulled out the art book from the launch.
Yeah.
She
It was
had
like, this is my favorite thing
Yeah.
I have ever gotten. Can I do more of this? And I'm like, you're the one. Like,
Yeah.
so-
Hell yeah. That's incredible. That's amazing.
Wow, that's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But so is this whole story in this partnership.
Yep.
Of course, this is episode 2 of the Elder Scrolls Online podcast, a Kind of Funny Games cast limited series. If you enjoyed the first one, thanks for coming back for a second one. If you've never caught the first one, go back and catch it. Remember, every 2 weeks we're here with a brand new episode. That means there's 2 more coming, May 9th and, of course, Friday, May 23rd, as we get ready for the big push here of the new ESO content. Of course, there was a direct in April. It is still April? Yeah, it's April right now when this is airing. Of course, you can go check that out and be part of it and continue this conversation. We talked a little bit, obviously, last episode about the April Direct, seasons, subclasses, so much more. And then, of course, we had Matt and Rich start us through the journey of getting here, starting in 2007, starting the whole thing, then Skyrim coming in and changing everything, which is kind of where we left off. And I feel robbed. Because we ended that episode and we walked off, and Matt immediately goes, "Oh, we didn't even bring up the fact that Skyrim changed the name of the game."
That's right.
I didn't know this either. Talk to me about this. What were you calling it before Skyrim?
And and that's not just a saying. We literally had to change the name of the game. So throughout the early part of ESO's development, up until Skyrim launched, the ESO was going to be called Elder Scrolls Origins, because of course we take place Second Era,
Sure.
700 years before all the others. Made sense. But after Skyrim literally launched and literally became one of the best games of all time, we were really concerned that by calling it Origins, by calling ESO Elder Scrolls Origins, people would think it was a prequel to Skyrim, because it's the next Elder Scrolls game that comes out. It would come out 2.5 years after, right? So just to make sure no one was confused and knew it was the multiplayer Elder Scrolls game, we changed it to Elder Scrolls Online. So still ESO. We didn't have to change the executable name, which was good. The engineers
They were very happy.
loved us
They
for
didn't have
that.
to go through all the code and change what ESO meant, right? So, yeah.
Just trying to desperately come over. All right, Elder Scrolls Online, Elder
Yeah.
Scrolls Oblivion, no, Elder Scrolls, Octopus. What can we put in there that makes it make sense? I love that you got there in the end, and I think that's jumping off of the end of episode 1 and where we were. The one thing we talked about was Skyrim changing everything. Okay, you need to do that. As the juggernaut that was and is Skyrim continues to tumble down that hill, what does that do for you leading up to this launch in 2014? Is it just immense pressure? Is it this idea of, oh man, we're not going to live up to expectations of what people want from that?
Well, we were working so hard. I don't know if we had time to feel emotions on that level. But what it did do, it set the bar, right? It's like we wanted to do the right thing for the brand. But what it really did is it made, when we opened up our beta website for beta applicants, it made it really popular. This is 2012, right? When Obamacare thing just got announced. And remember, I don't know if you remember back so far ago, but the government website collapsed under the weight of all the people. And we had like 8 times the traffic of that website. And so we got like 5 million beta signups in like 2 days or so. It was ridiculous. Which of course added to the pressure, but
is that excitement though?
Man, the fucking hype around this game was real, hey. That's crazy. 5 million fucking signups.
Is that an,
that's like, okay, there's
It's a good
market.
problem, yeah.
People want to play this.
Okay.
And then it's oh shit, now we got it. There's going to be expectations, and we have to make sure that we're going to meet them.
Look at the 1,000-yard stare. We put him into a dark place.
I was just thinking that. I was literally just
I was going back through and just thinking about it and going, yeah, like the thing that and I can't remember when this was, but I remember a Robert talk, which was "Don't F it up."
Yeah. It was
Robert Altman, of course. Yeah.
No, it was like basically it was a meeting where like, okay, we just launched the best game of all time on the IP. You have 5 million beta signups.
Yep.
You're now fully funded to get to launch. Don't fuck up.
Yep.
Right. And it's like, but it wasn't. It was like It was a good thing. It was like you are set up for success, right?
Sure.
You know, we have given you all the support that you need, which is totally true. Like,
100%. Yep.
And in that time, we'd already had started the turnaround. We knew the launch date was going to be in 2014 and not 2013, right? So it wasn't like you know, you're in trouble. It was more. It was more like we now think even more that this game is going to is going to be big, and it's up to us.
Yeah.
So we talked a bit.
You know what really surprises me is how Fallout 76 failed. Like, ESO, sure, it's the first time it's ever been kind of done. Sure, but they had a lot of experience, did they? But different teams, I guess.
About launch in the first episode, and how it's. What was it? We weren't in trouble, or you had a great way of saying
the anime sweat.
Yeah, the anime sweat. Yeah. But there was one at the very beginning, right? That wasn't a failure. It wasn't. Oh, it doesn't matter. But it was.
I can't remember back then.
You know what I'm saying? I know. It was 2 weeks ago. How can we possibly remember? No, but you were talking about the fact of like, you know, you didn't get all of it, right?
Right.
This was at what point in the lead up to launch? I've always wondered this for you as video game developers, right? Video game developers at large. Obviously, I've heard so many times that when you're in it, you can no longer see the forest for the trees, right? You're so lost in it. You don't know if everybody I've ever talked to as a developer is always like, we don't know what we're launching. Is it good, is bad? It's up to the players. In that run up to launch, and you're seeing you're not hitting the things you necessarily wanted to, not as many zones, not as many of this. Is there an internal thing for either of you, not even the team as a whole, of, man, we didn't get this. Man, this isn't going to be good. Man, this is going to be received poorly.
That moment for me was when the reviews came out, which were before launch, but not long. I forget. It was, but sometime in the, it's a little hazy. We were working a lot. But there was, again, like...
So for those that weren't around at the time, basically the way this game reviewed at launch was great idea, but buggy, messy, fucking laggy hell.
People loved it, some people hated it, so it was hard to draw a conclusion from the reviews. I think we had previews. We had a preview day. That's what it was.
Yep.
And everyone was like, the idea is great. The game looks really good. You know, not sure if it's going to add whatever pet peeve that they had. And
whatever that one specific person wanted from their...
But the thing is, we knew on some level we weren't quite there, but we also knew we had to launch. It was time, right? It was we just had to get the game out there.
So stop there. Again, please explain that to me as a layman. Like,
explain.
We gotta go.
It's good enough. Right?
Okay.
Like, and that's a really awful thing to say when you really think about it.
I mean, it is an awful thing to say because that's what you think is good enough. Like, fuck me, man. I hate the ideas of games launching and just fixing it over time. Like,
But
fuck me.
At some point, you gotta ship the thing, and
Like, if it's a free-to-play game, sure. You can kind of fix it as you go. But if you're paying full retail for a fucking game, it needs to work day one, not be a buggy hell mess. It's only got worse,
you're
too.
so head down deep into this and focused on just getting it done that you start to lose a little bit of perspective when you're kind of going through it all. It's something that to this day, you know, when I'm reviewing stuff that the team is building, I'm not in the everyday day-to-day stuff, and so I'm in there and I'm like, you forgot to tell this part of the story. Like, the player doesn't have all the information they need to make a decision or a choice or whatnot, right? It's that fresh eyes type thing, and that's what launch was for us. And it was awesome. Like, it was really eye-opening.
Yeah. And again, not a failure.
Yep.
It just wasn't as a success, right? It was kind of that gray area in between.
Yeah.
And obviously, by business standards, not being a success means you're a failure. But it really wasn't, because the game worked. Like, we'll go into a couple. I think we're going to go into a couple of specific things that were terribly wrong. But
here's where it didn't work.
Yeah, but the servers mostly were up. You know, obviously every game like this that launches, you go from 0 to millions of players in like that, and to modern technology.
Gold duping was pretty bad at this, like, around launch too. I mean, there's been many times where duping's been an issue, but
it doesn't really ramp like that.
Do you remember, like, what was it? What was like that peak concurrent when you started? Like was it literally?
I remember what it was in console launch, which was 500,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
PC was obviously a lot smaller, but it was So yeah, we did. Oh, we did a pre-launch. So we did. If you had pre-ordered the game, you got in a week early.
Yep.
And that was rough because that was a lot of players pre-ordered.
That was Ed, like literally
our CTO. Yeah.
Literally just mucking with the queues. And
No, that was console launch.
That was console launch, right? Yeah.
No, this was
insane.
Yeah, this was. We had sales forecast. We knew how many people bought the game.
Yep.
We knew it was an old model. We had more data than we would now because people can just buy and download immediately now. Back then, you couldn't really do that. You could, but it was just slower. But more people pre-ordered it than we thought, and so our pre-launch, our early access period was launch. Yeah. And we had a couple of bad problems that made us extend that pre-launch period by a couple of days because we had to take servers down and fix things like gold. You'll hear this a lot if you talk to online game developers, but gold dupe, where players can figure out how to duplicate money.
Yep,
in
there you go.
What does that look like? You duping? Were you duping?
It was you, wasn't it?
I wasn't duping.
Yeah, there were problems on that level. Like people would log in and their inventory would be gone, and so these are things every online game runs into.
Just slight little problems.
In beta, but our betas were big. We had one like 150,000 people in, but it wasn't big enough to catch the day one problems. And so I would classify this as like we knew we were going to run into problems like this.
Sure.
Right. And you always know the first 2 weeks is going to be not a lot of sleep and a lot of stress.
I mean, what did they expect? They were launching an online MMO with no anti-cheat and pretty much everything running on client side. Like,
and you'll figure it out. Our tech team, which we never talk enough about, were at that time in 2014 were people I had worked with at Mythic and beyond for years and years and years. So we were pretty battle hardened and we knew what needed to be done. So none of that scared us. It was just we knew we had to get through that period. And we got through the rough period on PC launch, and then we started to get the real feedback that this is a good game. It's just not Elder Scrolls enough.
I think that was the key, right?
That was the key. And then Rich was in charge of making it more Elder Scrolls because that literally they were talking about content. We had hit all of the good things with combat and small button bar, and those were Elder Scrolls, but the questing didn't, and for very funny reasons.
I mean, what sounds good on paper doesn't always work good in practice, work well in practice. And
Like
so,
what?
Well, so, in a lot of single-player games and, in Oblivion and whatnot, there were world-changing moments, right? You go into an area, it's under attack, you clean it up, you deal with the problem, and then everything goes back to pristine and everybody's happy, right? That is exceptionally powerful in terms of storytelling and giving players this feeling of progression through an area. It is terrible in a multiplayer game because it separates players. So I go into the area, I'm a brand new player, you are in that area, but you've already completed it. We can't see each other. We can't play with each other.
Sure.
So we had all these player separation issues. And
Even if you're in the same group.
Yeah, even if you're in the same group. So you would see like
it was a nightmare back in the early days, grouping and shit. Like, there was so many group bugs, and like just getting your like 4-man group in the same instance could be a fucking nightmare sometimes.
The arrow above, and just floating in the air to designate that your group member was there, but couldn't actually play with it.
Got it.
Because the way the tech works is that area is actually all in the same area. It's just it's called layering, and you can layer in different content that some people can see and some people can't.
Wow.
And so we had this idea when we designed the game that you were going to be able to change the world. In every Elder Scrolls game, Mehrunes Dagon comes and stomps through the Imperial City and crushes it flat at the end of Oblivion. Right? It's like those are awesome moments, and we wanted to capture that feeling. And so we had almost every one of the major POIs in the game. Almost everyone had 2 or 3 states. And for the first 2 days, it was great. Players like, this is awesome. And then they started to invite their friends, and their friends needed to catch up, and they would group, and
they
then
just
they
couldn't, and it
lost
just
their
led to
friends.
This, it just lost.
Online, this podcast is pretty boring.
So full stop here for me. This is always something I'm interested in from developer side. Is this something that caught you completely off guard? Had you thought this through, or were you like, we're doing this
stupidly? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Like it's
not stupid. I mean, again, you're
looking
building
back
a game.
at it. It's a duh moment.
Yeah.
It's like, well, duh, of course, right? But we just finished talking about how you're in it, you're excited about it, you're really interested in this thing, and it worked, and it was really cool. It's just
Yeah.
we didn't think about that extra part.
Yeah.
We wanted to make it solo friendly, and we made it too solo friendly and very group hosile.
Yep.
And that
Oh,
was,
that's a great point.
and that was the kind of the theme that was running through it. And it wasn't just that; it was the game is split into 3 alliances. So and then you only saw members of the opposing alliance when you were PvPing and killing them, which is a very Dark Age of Camelot thing, which is great in Dark Age of Camelot, which was not an Elder Scrolls game.
Frankie, the problem with YouTube is if I play copyrighted music for too long, they'll just take my stream down. Where Twitch don't give a fuck until after they mute it.
So it worked there.
You still getting residuals on this? Is why you keep saying so much?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Mythic, we get it.
Well, but the important thing is the PvP system in ESO is essentially a copy of Camelot system, and so that you only saw enemy alliances when you were in the disputed territory, and then they would look like NPCs. You couldn't talk to them; like they were literally look like NPCs. ESO started out that way, but again. Rich, after playing this game for 2 weeks, is like, oh, I want to get my friend in. He gets his friend in, and his friend creates a character in another alliance. They can not only can they not see each other, they can't even talk to each other.
Yep.
Like there's no chatting, there's no nothing, and the game didn't do a good job of explaining separation like that. So player separation was on the quest level, on the world level, and that was a big problem to unspool. Like it not complicated, it just took a lot of busy work by Rich and his team.
Yeah, I mean, we had a team devoted to fixing all the layering issues for 6 months.
Damn.
While we were doing all this other stuff at the same time as well. Right? Like we weren't just doing that; we were doing all the other stuff too.
What do you find from the community at this time? We talk about that first 2 weeks. We talk about media. We talk about when you're on the other side of that 2 weeks, things have shaken out. This is where we're at.
Yep.
Royal, my playlist has nearly 40 songs on it, so I don't know what you keep going on about that.
You've done the blog posts, the apologies, the things. You now have this, I assume, dedicated fan base, right? That is showing up and giving you true feedback. It's critical, obviously, but they're there for you.
So this is again going to shock you, but there are people out there in internet.
Send me a link to it, Frankie.
Love to
Send me a link. If I like it, I'll add it.
drag games they don't like.
No.
I know, shocking. I know.
They know there's better things to do, right?
I would like to think so, but so we had 2 kind of concurrent tracks of information. One was basically everyone saying this game is awful, and we hate it, and we hate the people that made it, and we're going to stream 24/7 that we hate this game, right? Then there are people that are actually playing it, and they're giving us feedback of we hate this game, do we love it, to you guys need to think more about this, and so it's hard to separate as humans sometimes those 2 streams because we got a lot of stuff directed at us in that time, and some of it was fair, a lot of it was not, and so we're built to take this, but
I don't know, man. A lot of criticism at the time was justified. I mean, sure, there was probably some of it wasn't, but I mean, this game runs amazingly considering, like, compared to what it used to. Like, it just... The early days were rough with bugs and shit. Like...
Team, the newer members of the team that are younger, there were a lot of...
it was soul-crushing.
Yeah, soul-crushing conversations with people, just like, it's okay. They don't hate you. They just
hate your work.
They just hate your work. But so we did have to get through that. And again, in that criticism, there's always something that's valid, and taking the valid stuff out of that. And eventually, the first stream kind of went away because there were new things to focus on, or people weren't watching Elder Scrolls Online Sucks videos as much as they were. But then we turned really to the...
It's good to see where this mentality started. It's like if someone hates your content, then kind of discredit them. Kinda.
Hey, let's look at what players are playing in the game. We had kind of this 3-sided matrix that we used of we knew we needed to make changes, and this then turned on Rich to change. But so we looked at what players are doing in the game, like literally the metrics, like what are they doing, and then what are they telling us they should do. Sometimes those 2 things aren't the same things.
Yeah.
And then what do we think as developers and stewards of this world? Like what do we think we should do? And if you triangulate those 3 points, usually something comes out of that you can deal with.
Yeah, one of the first things that I did is I had our business intelligence group pull a list of all of the active devs who were playing ESO, not just at ZOS, but everywhere. So like there were a ton that I had no clue at BGS that were lifers, like just literally did nothing but play ESO, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And I sent out a big email to them. I'm like, give me your top 5 pain points. And then I put them all together and mapped them out against the player feedback. And there was a lot of overlap, like a lot of overlap there. So we're like, okay, this is what's going to lead us kind of forward. And that helped us really pick the lane, so to speak. Like I've said a few times and heard this, you know, in some feedback where at launch, we didn't really know the game we wanted to make, right? We tried to walk that line between MMO and Elder Scrolls game, and we had this kind of weird path in between the two, so it wasn't like exactly what everybody wanted. And when we chose, based on feedback and our feedback, when we chose to make Elder Scrolls be the first bullet, so to speak, that helped frame a lot of conversations going forward and changed kind of the mentality, and it led to some really crazy discussions that Matt and I've had over the years, but like it was always make it more Elder Scrolls.
And that conversation started with Skyrim for us, and at launch it just showed how we were down that road, but we weren't far enough down that.
So do you think that's part of the reason why PvP got neglected? Because they went down the more Skyrim-ish path?
Road, and we had another list of things.
Because still to this day, I don't think a lot of people realize it was a PvP first game. Like, that's why people brought the game back in the day. The PvE was there to support PvP.
That we had to do to make the game more Elder Scrolls-like.
What does that list look like? Because again, I understand the competingness, right, of an MMO or an Elder Scrolls game, but like, I guess what's an example of make it more Elder Scrolls, and this is what we did?
So you play Oblivion for the first time. You come out of the dungeon, the tutorial, right? You can do it.
Go anywhere.
You can go anywhere, right? Elder Scrolls, you have to go through Zone A, Zone B, Zone C, and then if you're lucky, you'll do the quest. If you're lucky, if it works, and then you go to because that
now he sounds like a player.
Yeah, because when we launched, that quest was broken. But then you get to go to the other alliance, and you do. It's very linear, very step based, right?
Got it.
Obvious that wasn't an Elder Scrolls experience, right? People wanted to log into the game, create a character, and just do whatever the hell they wanted, and we'd. Before launch, we had done the combat feel small button bar. So, like Rich said, it felt like an Elder Scrolls game, but it didn't play like an Elder Scrolls game. And so the next series of things were content, right? Make sure that you can go anywhere, do anything. Make sure that there are things to do in zones that aren't quests. Like we were very quest driven, but you know, for those who played any Elder Scrolls game, like exploration, you can go through the dungeons and figure out wacky things to do with the powers that they gave you, right? Like there are things you can do which just aren't questing, and we didn't have enough of those things. Right.
Is this a conversation then again with BGS talking to Todd's team, like to get more of like what the powers inside of a dungeon kind of idea?
No, it was more.
It was more us, right? Like I think one of the really cool things about Todd is he's like, you got to do what works for your game. Yeah. Like he's the steward of the lore and the IP, and so whenever we're trying to do like really crazy things, yes, there's a conversation that we have about the lore and how it's going to impact things. But when it comes to like classes, right? They were actively going away from classes, and we're like, we have to do classes for these reasons. He's like, okay,
sure,
just do it, right?
Sure.
Like
whatever. There's a very funny conversation I had with Todd early in development when it was clear that we weren't going to have enough development time to do underwater swimming, which has been in every modern Elder Scrolls game. And I was like, Todd, is it okay?
What? We didn't get no underwater fucking swimming? So fucking ripped off,
if we don't have underwater swimming. And he's like, have you ever had a meaningful experience underwater in an Elder Scrolls game? Yeah. And I was like, no. And he's like, exactly. So,
nailed it. Done. Don't worry about it.
So but that was what Rich is saying. It's like it was like what works for you, right? Yep. Don't worry so much.
Okay.
Just make your game your game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mikey?
I'm just, when I go back to the launch, right, as well, it's interesting now we look at the market, it's a lot of free to play, right? You jump in and then there's microtransactions that monetize off of that. Of course, you were coming in as a subscription service back then. And was there any pushback on that? Was it, of course, when I think of World of Warcraft back in the day, it was like, that was just the normal. Of course, we're going to sign up for that.
Yeah, that was the way.
Narrator voice. there was a lot of pushback. Like that was that, yeah. And we, I totally forgot about that, but I didn't obviously
That
forget
whole
about it. But
business model
yeah, we
change,
think
yeah.
about the game, but there's the whole side of the game that is making sure that players can actually get it and pay for it. Yeah. So we had just come in at the tail end of subscriptions, right? It was like WoW had stupid number of subscribers. Star Wars: The Old Republic had just launched 2 years before, and while it wasn't great, it had a pretty good number of subscribers as well. There weren't many games out there of our AAA status, big IP, that were not subscription based, right? If you look at Star Wars, you look at Warcraft, right? Those are big IPs, and they were all subscription based. So the decision was made not to risk going to another model and not make any money, right? It was decided just do the tried and true, and we knew getting closer to launch that probably wasn't the right thing to do, but we were far too far down the road.
What were you seeing to make you say that? What was the signs on the road going? Hey, people are moving
everyone who ever interacted with anything with the game was like, this should not be a subscription. I think that has something to do with it. But there weren't many viable other options except for Guild Wars 2 was the one that we ended up kind of going with that model. But that big game and a great game. I've spent a lot of time in that game, but that wasn't the star we were following. Like we were like we're following Skyrim, right? If any game can be a subscription-based game, in the game after Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls can.
Yep.
Right, and it definitely proved that it wasn't. Right, and it's
all right. We found out how Rich met his wife. I want to find out how he met. Actually, is he even married?
like
Don't know.
I'll tell you. I mean, we'll get to the point in the story where when we made the change away from that, it was explosive growth, like unbelievably explosive growth. So people wanted to play the game, but nobody charged a required subscription for a game on console, except for games that had previously launched that already had a user base, and we missed that.
Well, I think that's what's so fascinating when you talk about your histories, what online MMOs were, right, and especially starting in 2007. Like, as somebody who started at IGN in 2007, right, like, to sit there and talk about what gaming was like back then. And like
Shit.
What the models were.
Few.
That I think even now, just to talk about, there were so many MMOs. There was, I'm a DC fan. They were working on DC Universe Online. Like this wasn't like, it was the battle royale of a few years ago, right? Where it was everybody's doing this and making it, and it was a flourishing market, and suddenly people are trying. But who's going to be the WoW killer? Everybody looking for that WoW killer. To try to look back and be like, well, yeah, the model was subscription, of course. Yeah. And then for you guys to be developing, working on a game, and I'm sure that was in 2007. Of course, no brainer.
It was greenlit as a subscription game.
So then to get further on that line and see, the industry's changing, but as always, like with as much work as you put into this and what you've built and how you're going and what you need to just launch it.
The important thing is that on the publishing finance side of this project, not being subscription was seen as a bigger risk than being subscription.
Sure.
And I think that pretty much explains why we launched that way. It was like we still made a lot of money that first year, like a lot of money. It just tailed off as players stopped subscribing.
Sure. So one thing I want to double back to, I was asking you about Forest for the Trees. Reviews are coming up. It's going to do this, the previews. You then said something interesting, I think, about the online hate, people being upset about it, talking to younger developers about that. What was their take on reviews? Was there launch in general? Just was there, outside of the angry videos and YouTube streams or whatever, was there like you have to sit down as a company and be like, hey, everybody, this isn't the end of the world. We know we wanted a 90 on Metacritic just like you did, but now the work begins.
Yeah. Congratulations. You got a 92.
I mean, making games is a little bit like being a chef and making food. You can make the best game ever, and one person will agree with you, the next person's going to tell you it's the worst game ever. Can't always make everyone fucking happy. You just got to take that shit and just shrug it off. That's how you deal with it. You just don't worry about it.
But you got a 47 from something else, right?
Yeah.
It's like, there were, there were team meetings, there were one discussion.
Where that gets dangerous is if you start just writing off all negative criticism. Yeah, it can spiral into a pretty bad fucking problem. But yeah, anyway.
No one was super psyched. That is true, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard when you put as much time and effort into something, right? Many people at that point had put 7 years of their lives into this, and then, you know, you get this really weird mixed feedback, and it's hard to not take it personally. But as Matt said a few times, there's always nuggets, even if it's absolute vitriol, right? Even if there's always nuggets. Like, people generally won't complain if they don't have something to complain about, right? And if they weren't passionate and interested in the thing, like, they just want it better. So you have to dig through that, and finding that nugget, as hard as it can be, as soul crushing as it can be, is super important.
Yeah, in a game with hundreds of people working on it, like the guy who's you know, writing and editing the website is catching the same amount of emotional you know, nuclear warfare as the combat designer, right? And it's
really,
like, it's not
are
fair,
you though?
you know,
Like,
in a lot of
And
cases,
the community team just taking blow after blow after blow, right? Like, and they're like, we can relay it, right? We don't actually fix these things. Like, I can't tell you how many times Gina got hate messages of, Gina, fix this bug. And she's like, I don't fix bugs. I don't, right? Like,
I play the game and I talk to you. What do I do?
I'm a community manager.
yeah, but Gina's the community manager. That's her job, is to listen to people. Like, I get it, stupid people telling her to fix the bug, but we all know what the person means. They don't mean her physically doing it. They mean get her to get the bug fixed. Like, I don't know. This started to turn into a pity party for them, really, isn't
Right?
it?
Like, that's, I'm supposed to foster, you know, foster feedback between you all, right? And so, yeah, it was a very interesting time for us.
But yeah, for young developers, if anyone who's listening to this that hasn't worked on a game like this, sadly, this goes with the territory, right? You can make the best game of all time and launch it, and you're still going to get hate for something. And it's kind of a sad commentary on many things, but you can't let that get to you. You just can't. If you know that you're on the right path and you're doing the right things and you believe in the project.
I don't know if it's coming through on stream, but there is like an aircon noise or something in the back of this podcast, and it has just been driving me insane.
Keep believing in the project.
I want to ask about the betas. I was pretty interested in. You said you had a pretty large scale.
Oh, it's there now. I can't unhear it.
I mean, you've talked about launch and all of this coming at you. Then the beta's giving you everything on feedback wise. What was the feedback like from the beta? What were you looking for? What were you also testing? It's always interesting to talk about armchair quarterbacking and like, oh, well, they're doing the beta to turn on the server and just try this. Is there any other things you're testing and trying out beforehand?
All right, that is a great question because I'd forgotten about a lot of this. But so we had 4 big betas, and then we had one smaller one that kind of ran concurrently. The 4 big betas where most of the people saw the game before we launched were server stability tech betas. And this is a big mistake that we made. We didn't really care what build was on it. We just wanted people to log in and test the login servers, and we wanted to literally get as many people on and then pull the plug and see how you have to test these things, right? And then see what happens, and then so there was one build especially that was just it just wasn't a good build. There was a combat bug in it, and there was and that was the one we got like 120,000 people concurrent in, so more than 120,000 people participated. And to us, it was a great success. The servers were up, everything was stable, everything was in the green, and then it's like the feedback.
People are like, this sucks.
This sucks, and then some guy leaked video that we had to go after and get it pulled down because it was all under NDA at the time. Oh wow. And it was, the narrative was starting to build then.
Yeah, how much does that impact you all beforehand, right? Like, now the perception is starting to trend a different way than maybe where you want it. Is that a lesson learned in that situation when it comes to beta?
It is that, you know, even though these games are really complex to make and they run on a giant IT exercise that you're also building at the same time as you're making
I know, right?
People only care about the game.
Right.
That's it. Like, a great game that crashes sometimes is far better than a shitty game running on great infrastructure. So that is the lesson that we learned.
Check mark. Put that down. I want to talk about where we are right now. All right, post PC launch, we're getting the ducks in the row. We're making more Elder Scrolls. We're looking towards that console launch. But before we do that, I'll remind you, of course, that this is the Elder Scrolls Online podcast, a Kind of Funny Games cast limited series. If you like that, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this show wherever you're getting it, whether it be over on the ESO channels, whether it's on the Kind of Funny channels, no matter what. Thank you. And remember, until next time, here's a word from our sponsor. This episode is brought to you by the Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, really?
Somewhere.
Oh, I would have never guessed.
Controller on PC.
Really nervous about.
You know you're doing a console to fight the 3 alliances against this old foe that has mysteriously returned. Pick up the Elder Scrolls Online now on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
The hosts
Okay.
don't do anything
Thank you.
for
You
me.
know what I mean? It's like I
I don't necessarily hate them, but I don't.
do it for a living. You know what I mean? Let's talk about where we are then in this timeline. Does immediately when you sit down, you're like, we're going to make it more Elder Scrolls. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Is the next thing then we're going to do this all for console launch? You had mentioned at one point in the last episode, I think it was, Matt, that you didn't know you're doing a console till very late in the we get it very close. When does console enter the picture for you? And that's when you know it. And then this and that. And the
Console entered the picture when Skyrim became one of the best-selling games on console.
Yes.
Like end of story, right? It's like there was a market there, and we had to serve it.
and was that another of this is going to be great, or like, oh, we didn't build the game for this at all?
There
Be
were
right
lots
back.
of those conversations. Like I remember, down to, are they going to be able to do dungeons? Are they going to be able to do trials? Are they going to play like mouse and keyboard players? Like we were really nervous about that. And it turns out gamers are just gamers, and they can do anything with whatever, right?
I've heard Matt talk his trash about console gamers.
Nonsense.
He thought they weren't going to be hardcore. He thought we wouldn't be able to hang Mike, but we were there.
Yeah, I mean,
I use a controller on PC. Come on.
one of my favorite stories, of that mouse and keyboard versus controller is, and this is quite a bit after launch. I think this was for Morrowind. We brought a number of people in to play the game and give us feedback on the features and what we were doing. And we had a really good mix of console gamers and PC gamers. And the PC gamers, there was a number of PvPers, and they were all talking a lot of smack, and right. So they had a dueling tournament, and the person that won the dueling tournament was her name at the time was Beware, but now she goes by Lulu.
Okay.
Lulu Lovely, and she wiped the floor with everybody, and she had this like weird claw grip on her controller and just demolished everybody. Like it was amazing, and I was like, okay, yeah,
It's going to be okay.
gamers are gamers. It's
yeah.
awesome. Like,
So we were saved on the console the whole console thing. We were saved by the fact that we were developing the console version right when Xbox One and PlayStation 4 were not yet launched, but both Microsoft or Xbox and
I have no idea who that person is.
and so also both of them shared a similar architecture, and both of them had similar architecture to Windows. So if we were the previous generation, it would almost never have happened because ESO is a big game. But but the tech revolution in console at that time helped us immensely, right? And so we worked with a company named Iron Galaxy that does a lot of
Dave Lang.
yeah,
Ugh,
Dave
we
Lang.
hate him around here.
Oh, come on. He's a great guy. But yeah, so we had Dan Coleman and Adam Boyes and Chelsea Blasco and that team. Chelsea was the head of Iron Galaxy now, was the lead producer on ESO console, and so which we call Project Bluebird. And so we were able to give that to them and then go fix our stuff before console launch. And so that was very much the plan. Was we know we need to launch console again like PC. We know we need to launch at some point relatively soon because we got to make some money. But we're going to give you enough runway to fix the things. And number one on that list after player separation was business model. Because console gamers, if PC gamers not going to pay a subscription for this game, console gamers definitely aren't.
For sure.
And so that was the big change that then we started working on. And we had almost exactly a year to do all of those changes.
No big deal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just not rebuild the game, but change a lot of the game, right?
Yeah, Rich and I did a retro kind of...
So I know everyone like memes on Oblivion's horse armor and shit, but back when this game launched, you basically had to buy the Imperial edition of it, like the collector's edition, to get the mount, because what were they, like 300 gold or something? I don't know, whatever the amount of gold they were, it was a ridiculous amount of gold, and like literally the only way to get gold at that point was farm mobs and shit, and you'd get like 1 or 2 gold from them. And
this in at one of the QuakeCons in 2018 or 2019, where we talked about this thing, and I went back and watched that, and I had forgotten so much stuff that we did, which is funny because when we were on stage there talking about it, we had already forgotten about a lot of stuff that had happened in years before. But so we just called our update.
I mean, yeah, 18k gold. So, like, think of that in the aspect that you do a dungeon and get, like, 1 or 2 gold. Yeah, 18k was ridiculous amount.
Even now, update 1, update 2, update 3. So we had update 6 was the one that was important because that's it had the change of business model. So you could, if you bought the game at any time, you could play it as much as you wanted. But if you wanted customization and convenience items, you could now had virtual currency.
Yeah, but it took fucking hours to get through a full zone.
So that went in update 6, like a bunch of combat changes.
Ballpark, how far out from launch is update 6?
It is, I can tell you exactly, it is March 16th, 2015. Because the day before St. Patrick's Day.
There you go.
So
never forget.
The
green beer was flowing next day.
Yeah. Well, and it's also literally the day when it went from red to green because and not just in dollars.
I mean, everyone were bots back in those days.
Gotcha.
So console didn't launch till June, but this was the build that was going to be the console launch build. And so and the fact that we made it so you could just if you had bought the game at any time since launch, you no subscription anymore, so you could just log in and play. And so we ran a marketing campaign of like, just come back and check it out.
What do you got to lose?
What do you got to lose?
You got a game.
It wasn't quite that level, but it was.
You're taking a drag off cigarette. What else are you gonna do the day before St. Patrick's?
Yeah, but that wasn't normal, dude.
There were a bunch of other changes in there, quality of life changes, a bunch of guild stuff. Facial animations are much better, and you could actually see characters articulating.
Yeah, I forgot about
whole guild tabards. I just watched this video. This is the only reason why I know this. But that build went up, update 6 went up, and overnight our concurrency doubled. And then the next night it doubled again. And then the whole narrative around the game changed. Completely changed. And everything, our stream reviews, which were don't ever read these reviews territory, suddenly started to go up and up and up. And right before console launch, they actually reached positive, mostly positive. And then console launch, and then that just the trajectory was stratospheric.
So that was the move to go to more of a free-to-play model there. With
if you bought the game once, you could play
Yep.
as much as you want without any subscription. You could optionally subscribe, which is the way we do it now.
Yep.
ESO Plus, correct?
ESO
I've been
Plus.
signed up to that for a
that craft
while.
bag is
Thank
something
you.
special.
Yeah.
I want to put a pin where we are right there
Yeah.
because we're about to get to console, and I love that. But take me back. You said you had about a year to make all these changes, and one of them being the business model.
Yep.
I have always found these discussions fascinating, and I've never had this level of access to one.
Does anyone find it really that interesting? Like the business model of a game?
So you launch, oh man, they hate the subscription. Where does that conversation start? Is that going to the late great Robert Altman and being like, "Hey, we got to do this"? And is he like, "Yeah, that sounds great," or is he like, "What the hell are you talking about? Make me the money"?
So this is probably the only part of the conversation that Rich and I weren't actually in together because Rich was
The adults got to room for this one.
Rich was hands deep in fixing all kinds of problems in the game, and this was me going to the boardroom and saying, "We fucked up. We got to change the business model," showing. Based on data that we got from industry, publications at the time around how virtual currency would work, what it would take to get us there. Just the fact that getting lapsed players into the game introduced the concept of lapsed players because that concept didn't exist before in ESO or Bethesda.
Yeah.
And so it was funny, their reference for buying things virtual currency, which the generic term obviously is DLC, but to them, that was Oblivion horse armor.
Horse armor, I was gonna say.
And so, literally, the CTO was like, "You're just gonna sell horse armor and make money." And I was like, "Yeah, I mean," and I mean,
they start grabbing the box to give you to put your stuff in.
but that was the concept of like, we're gonna introduce microtransactions, but we're going to do it for convenience and customization only. You can't buy your way to success. You can buy your way to look better, if you want. And we're going to have an optional subscription that gives you some virtual currency per month and gives you some in-game perks as well. And we did some modeling, which was good. But the best modeling was we know that more players will play the game because of it, because it's less risky to them to jump in. And console launch, you only have one chance to launch on console. We want to make it as frictionless as possible.
And in so many ways, this is the last first impression, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's what you had.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
talk
you
about
get
getting it.
1 second chance.
Yeah.
Bro, let me guess. You live in Colorado Springs? Like, just guessing. Watching an ESO podcast and doing some PvP.
And I'll blatantly name drop here, but the ZeniMax board of directors back then, I don't know if you've ever gone into that, was like Jerry Bruckheimer and guys, Cal Ripken, like really famous, notable people. And after PC launch, I had to go to the board and present the findings. And Jerry Bruckheimer actually said, unlike movies, which launch worldwide, you get a chance for a do-over, right? Because you're going to go to console, and don't ever think this isn't a giant opportunity, because now people know what it is, and you just have to convince them that it's better and it works. Like, with movies, it's one and done. You can't change them. And the whole concept to him was amazing, that you could have something on one platform and kind of massage it and make it better, and then go to a bigger platform and redo it. And so, which was a great way to look at it, and that's the way that we ended up doing it.
So you're looking at that model now and saying, okay, this is the findings. This is what we want to do. You're going to keep still the price tag of, to get in, you have to pay X, but then you don't have to pay monthly. Is it now, hey, I got to get a creative team. We got to get a bunch of horse armor in this game. Let's start making this right now.
Yeah, so I will never say horse armor again. I just want to say that was the CTO's reference for what DLC was. But yes, we had a designer on staff named Lee Rideout, who is actually still in this position now, who came from a game. He was a game designer on the team, not a monetization designer, and we had him design the monetization system, and he approached it from a game perspective, not necessarily a financial perspective. And he's like, what do players want to buy based on this game that I just spent 8 years making? Right? What would I do, basically? And it's like, I want to look cooler. I want to have, I can craft potions, but I can just buy them, and maybe that's easier for me because I don't want to get into the crafting system, right? And he came in up with all of these things. And I think the key thing there was not an outside finance person driving the decisions. It was an inside game designer that was driving that, which made it feel really good.
And it also helped that the ethos, right, was do no harm.
Yeah, that was
right?
that
Like,
was
that
literally wrote that on the whiteboards.
Literally, number one, do no harm.
I
Right?
wish more people did that.
It's literally just convenience as cosmetics, and we've kind of run up against that line over time, but that's always been the core, is do no harm, and that helped solve a lot of conversations, right? And helped really fine tune and focus Lee and team on what are the types of things. And now we have this huge pipeline for in-game cosmetics and all that other stuff.
So. Yeah, we have a lot of artists working a lot, making costumes and dye colors, and I mean, there's so many houses. Like, there's so many
unlucky
parts of the system
Kirkhoff.
now that are intertwined with
Unlucky, dude.
So you can get all these things, almost all of them, without needing to go into the currency store. But if you want to save some time, you can grind for it in game. You can buy them, and so it hit just right with the player base. Obviously, there was some concern for the player base in the early days, but it was it was the right thing to do at just the right time. And then we rebranded the game as he went from the brown box to the white box, and it was like Elder Scrolls Online Tamriel Unlimited. Unlimited, obviously meaning no subscription, although nobody ever made the connection. With a new video and a fresh marketing campaign, and then that happened right, and when Update 6 hit, and then that was our look and brand up through console launch.
Yeah.
Really quick, we kind of talk about like the perfect model that we kind of nailed here. What were some that were left on the floor that was not the perfect model of like, hey, that's not the right way, or we don't want to do that, but it's close?
I mean, it all goes back to that mantra, right, of do no harm. So there were lots of explorations of like, can players just buy power straight up? Can they just buy boosted characters? And
I think it was buy time.
Yeah.
Was what, like, literally you can buy your way to 50th level or something like that, which theoretically isn't buying power because you're not more powerful than a level 50 person, but that was way too close to the...
Oh, how funny. Hey, Frankie, I'm looking at the guild name in my chat box. Just fucking keeps going. Yep, that's that's an issue.
The line for us.
Yep. So it's a lot of that kind of stuff. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
You said this is all, building up, doing this, title update 6, and then console launch. Console launch runs flawlessly. Everything goes perfectly. Yeah? This is it. This is the we don't need the other 2 episodes of the show. This is it. This is the big moment, right?
Yeah, so I think ESO was either the number 1 or number 2 selling console game of 20. Well, no, Fallout 4 was that same year, so that probably beat us.
Lousy
but that's
Bethesda.
fine. All in-house. All good. But whatever number was forecast, it was a lot more than that.
I have numbers here because I didn't want to make you memorize them all. 3 million new players in 2 months. 2.7 MAUs, and that's
monthly active users.
Just making sure you're in July 2015. 500,000 concurrent players across all platforms, and then $230 million in revenue.
Yeah.
That was a good year.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was
pretty impressive.
So all of July was pretty much sleepless. So June, all of June, it launched June, right? June or July? I
was
forget.
June.
Yeah, June. So so we actually had at the office. I actually got our office in Hunt Valley, Maryland, is right across the street from an Embassy Suites hotel, and we got 7 or 8 rooms and just put the keys on the front desk. So if somebody had too much, they just went and got a key and went over and slept for a couple hours and then came back and put the key back, and we rotated that way because we had a rolling launch, so worldwide launch, which I'm sure all of your viewers know what this means. It means New Zealand gets in first, then Australia, then Asia, and it's like over the course of that day. Of course, it launches at midnight.
Yeah.
So by the time it gets to North America, it's midnight.
You're a bit tired.
Not a good idea. So as it launches in New Zealand and Australia, and then Asia and then Europe, the euphoria is just building because there's a lot of people playing the game.
You're seeing these numbers pop.
And the numbers,
do we have
they're going crazy.
Big monitors with everything.
Oh yeah. Big old war room. Yeah.
Love it.
Giant war room. And the problem is New Zealand, great people, not a whole lot of them. Australia, a few more. Asia, Elder Scrolls isn't big in Asia, so the ramp was nice and gentle. And Europe has two time zones, kind of. Goes up.
Oh, okay.
And then North America hits, and it sort of just melt because everybody gets in at once, and it's midnight on the East Coast, and the game is down. And so it was so much bigger than we thought it was going to be, and we thought it was going to be big. So it took us a good 2 or 3 hours to figure out what was going on there, and then the next 2 weeks was.
And Again, is it an interesting answer? I don't even know. What was going on there?
It was a login.
Just load.
A login load problem where we needed to distribute the login load on the edge device in our data center. Needed to actually have more ports opened, basically.
We basically DDoSed ourselves.
Yeah.
Right.
Got it. Got it.
In the
That makes
grand
sense.
There's so much traffic that we had to redirect some of the compute power to the edge.
Got it.
But then the problem was now people could log in, and now too many people were logging in. And that was the 2-week problem where we could only fit maybe 70, 80,000 concurrent on each of our pods. So we had North America PS4, North America Xbox, Europe PS4, Europe Xbox. Each of those could only hold about 70,000. And the demand was 100 plus. And so people would get in login queues. And I'll never forget, somebody posted on social media hey, it says I'm 1,750,000 taken in line. That's got to be some kind of bug. No, that was true.
That's accurate. That's accurate.
That was not a bug. And so
is that one of you when you're talking about these pods and 70,000 or whatever? Were you when you set that? Were you like, this is going to be good, or are we being ambitious, or
this was there is an agnostic decision to that. It's made by the head server person, who's this guy Ed Defoe, who I've worked with for years. He's now the CTO at ZOS, and it's what will be a good gaming? So most people you can get in on a pod and still have a good gaming experience. Got it. And that's where he said it. No matter what the demand was, he was like, the people that are in are going to be fine.
We don't want to ruin it.
We don't
want
to ruin it for everyone. And so our job over the next 2 weeks, involving lots of phone calls directly from Robert and
How angry were they?
Yeah, of like
what were these tones?
like, can you please tell me how you can get more people on your servers, right? And
It's a good problem to have.
Of course,
right?
yeah,
Like,
100%,
a really good
100%.
problem to have.
yeah. So again, while Rich was off and team were off fixing content problems that we found, I
Yeah,
was
they
locked
pulled
in
me
a
out.
room with me and Ed and a couple of server guys. And we literally sat in that room and watched the charts. You know,
Oh
you could
shit,
see
my
how
food's down. No wonder.
users logging in, CPU going up till it got to the
yeah.
red, and finally after 8 days, Ed figured out how to fix it and fixed it, and then we got up to 125,000. And then that was
Fuck
fine.
it,
That's
sugar
where the
skulls
5,000
it is.
comes from, 'cause with our login queue and all those servers added together, that's a lot of people.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was an outrageous number. Congratulations on making it happen. I think
Yeah,
that's
there's the phrase, "It's a good problem to have." It was a good problem to have, but it was still pretty
a problem.
a problem. Yeah.
When the dust settles and the things are back to green and everybody can get in and play the game, then what are we seeing? You guys have created a game, and I know no one knows this better than you, so I'm talking more to the audience. You've created a game that is never done. That is you're never shipped. You're never gold. You're never done. Yeah, there's always another thing. So I assume this is great. Numbers are great. It's back to looking at feedback. It's back to looking at hurdles. I assume console players are going to have different problems than PC players to some degree.
They were the same kinds of things,
Yeah.
right? It goes back to the gamers are just gamers and they can do anything. It was the same kinds of things, and we had done a ton of stuff. Like we did 6 updates in a year, which is ridiculous, right? We do 4 in a year now.
Yeah.
So we did 6 updates in a year, a ton of new stuff added in there. People were really happy, but there were some lingering things, right? The whole it's still hard to play with my friends, right? It's that kind of stuff. And so we started taking that feedback and started talking more about what we could do to change that stuff, and it led to some very interesting conversations for sure.
Tell me about these conversations.
Well, yeah. So first we took that year off making new content while we were on PC. Our content teams were actually still making new content.
Still making stuff.
We just weren't putting it in the game. So after console launch, we actually had some content in the can, and so we launched Imperial City, which was a PvP centric PvE zone, which is awesome. If you never played Imperial City, any of you out there in ESO land, go play Imperial City. It's a lot of fun. And the next, which important for this conversation, was Orsinium. And Orsinium was our first real DLC. Still, I think, is the best content that we've done, because we had a team working on it for like 2 years, because they had time to go in and do all of the little things. It feels amazing. The story's great. But we had the problem, and this is this and the one after that are the last big argument discussions that Rich and I had. But so console's out, we have millions of players. Orsinium, we want to. Imperial City was easy; it was PvP, right? Our PvP system is level scaled, so you go into the PvP zone, and it doesn't really matter what level you are; it just matters your skill and your build and your gear, because we wanted as many people to play PvP as possible. So Imperial City, no problem. Orsinium comes up, and then we had a discussion, what level is Orsinium? Because this is a level-based game. If you're level 10, you can't really have group with a level 15 person, right? That you just won't get any. It just doesn't work.
Sure.
Old school still in that sense.
And again, a product of the time, right? Especially for you guys with this MMO background. Like, that's how things were, especially in 2007, let alone where we were in 2015. Like, for people who need to be educated, remember it was such a big deal when I forget Borderlands 2 was like, hey, you come together and it doesn't matter, you're all able to play.
This podcast is shit compared to the first episode.
It was like, what? How's that possible? What are you doing?
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah. I mean, we had Oblivion and Skyrim as single player games, but North Star's there, which like doesn't matter what level you were.
Yeah.
It's just the world scale to you. But Orsinium was like, what level is it? It's the best content in the game. Do we want to save it for max level players? Like, we want people to get in there. And then it's like, well, if it's low level, then the max level players literally can't play it because they're not going to get rewarded for it. And so after many whiteboard sessions.
Yeah, that was the test bed for it's levelless.
Yeah.
And we had to figure out what the heck that meant, and battle leveling, and solve all the grouping issues and all that other stuff. But it was... it turned out to be the right thing to do. Players absolutely loved it, and we saw like things we didn't even think about happen. Like guild recruitment went through the roof because there was a place where everybody could all be and they could play with their guildies.
That
Didn't
makes
matter
sense.
what level it was, right?
Yeah,
Didn't matter what alliance was. They could just play with each other. And we were like, that's interesting. And then that led to a few days at Matt's house over the Christmas break talking about one Tamriel.
Yeah. Well, back to Orsinium real quick. If you all missed it when Rich went over, we called it levelless or battle leveling. But what it basically meant is you could just go into the zone, and the zone scaled to you. Or you scaled to the zone.
Yep.
And so we didn't even tell the players what level was. We didn't mention it at all. We didn't even, and they just went and played, and nobody even knew it was in there except for the guys that are crunching the numbers. And they're like, wait a minute, something's happening here.
Yeah, because this is such
awesome.
It's an interesting twist on the similar problem we talked about earlier, right? Of like, well, okay, I come to join you, but in your game, the world's already been destroyed, so we show up, and there's an arrow where you should be, but you're
It's almost
in a
over.
parallel universe.
Yeah,
Same thing here. If I'm level 1 and you guys come play with me tonight, I'm like, I jump. I can't do anything.
Yeah, and you know the term I used when I was in meetings with Rich and the team, it was like, does anyone really care what level they are in GTA? Right? You just jump in and play. Why can't we just jump in and play? And Orsinium showed that we could do that, and players didn't even know we were doing it. It was done in such a good way, and like Rich said, it made it sociable again. Right. Like you know how old school MMOs are. If you're 5 levels underneath, no one's gonna group with you.
I mean, this game was a bit of a nightmare in the early days trying to group, because like if you're EP and your friends were DC, you couldn't play with them. Like, so it did make it pretty jarring and like hard to play with your friends in a lot of incidences. So, I mean,
it's actually hostile to social systems to do that, and it's like, so that really opened our eyes.
So this leads to you going to his house over Christmas break.
Yeah, it was. What was that? 2015 Christmas.
It was 2015, right after Orsinium launched.
Right after Orsinium launched, and Matt was like, "Hey, we need to chat," and I'm like, "Uh-oh." So we spent 2 days at his house over the Christmas break talking about doing the Orsinium treatment to the entire game. I was like, "What? Like, really?" And so we had to go through a whole host of things, everything from, do we gate it again? Do we not? To like, what's progression look like now?
Yeah.
Because that's a huge part of an online game is progression and all that stuff. And there were some heated moments, but we got through it and we got to a really good place. And then...
What's a heated moment look like on this race? Well, I'm not changing the levels!
So it was a bigger discussion, which is... We have this hit game. We have a lot of people playing it. We just launched this amazing DLC.
We're finally in a great place. We're finally
in a great place. What do we do now?
Yep.
And you're like, blow it all up.
Pretty much.
Well, or you can also see, which is where we started with this, of like the path that started before launch of us making the game more Elder Scrolls like, making the game levelless, like I said, like Oblivion and Skyrim, is kind of the holy grail.
Yep.
Sure. Like again, does anybody care what level they are in Skyrim, really? Yeah, I mean, you can do anything at any level pretty much. And so we wanted that idea in there. Orsinium proved that we could do it. And the yelling was more about, it sounds easy to make the game levelless, but what it really did is, if you were in the launch version of the game, you created a character, you went to let's just do Daggerfall. You went to Strosmakai, then you went to Betnik, then you went to Glenumbra, then you went to Stormhaven, then you went to Rivenspire. Right? Every player did that. So that means we developed the content, not the quest, but the content, the monster level, the way the game interacts with you. We made that with the assumption that you would have 5 or 6 zones to get to level 50. So Glenumbra had a lot less cool stuff than the last level in it because it assumed you were going to be higher level and monsters would be more difficult.
Sure.
Yep.
Right? So it wasn't just making it level. It meant Rich's team, and this is where he was trying to explain to me what a giant pain in the ass this was going to be, was going in and make every zone 0 to 50.
Yep.
Or 0 to max level, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Every zone had to have world bosses, had to have easy monsters, middle monsters, group, and so every zone became a microcosm of the game, and that was where the complexity came from.
Gotcha.
Yep. And then itemization, like how do we handle that, right? Like we had to implement an entire system around making sure players understood that they were still gaining power as they were leveling up, but it wasn't based on level. So how do you do that? And we came up with kind of the battle leveling system and the stars. I don't know if you noticed the stars.
Yeah, of
the
course.
1 through 5 stars. So that tells you how powerful your character is until you're 50, and then that basically goes away, and it's based on your gear and your level, and now your champion points. But yeah, it was fun. Like it was a fun conversation.
It all had to happen behind the scenes, though.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
none
what
of
happens
the-
when you come down from the mountaintop and you tell all
So
these
we-
developers, hey, by the way,
It was about the same reaction.
yeah.
And that was interesting, right? Like pitching this to the team, and there was a pretty big split between people who were like, yeah, this is a great idea, and oh my gosh, I'm going to be looking for a job in a year.
oh wow,
And it
they
wasn't.
really thought like,
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
they thought it was gonna
like
fail
it
and
was
kill the game.
It was this is going to be the death of ESO if we do this,
Wow.
right? And when we eventually had our first play test with it, a lot of those people, when they played it, they were like, I understand now. Like, this makes sense now. This is awesome. We were wrong. This is great, right? And I'll never forget, Dan Batson sent me a long email. He's like, I know I was a vocal critic of this. You guys were totally right. Like, this was the absolute 100% on board now. Like, this is great, right? And the players had that same kind of reaction, right? When we announced that we were doing this, it was like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Like, this is the worst thing ever. And then they played it and went, got it.
I announced it at E3 2016.
Oh man, their mics are so bad. Anyway, it's basically over. That was not gonna lie, kind of boring. And I think I might wrap things up. Let's go raid Juggy. I don't think I'm going to be around tomorrow. I'm going to work on a video. So, GG. Alright, boys and girls. Love yous all. I will see yous probably Monday. We'll get, week 3 patch notes. Alright. Love yous all.